Yes, amigos. Welcome while we wait for everybody to get here. I don't know what happened to the stream that I started earlier, but all good, all good. So while we wait for people to come on, I'm just gonna go and close my door real quick. Hello, Alberta. Welcome. Thanks for coming on here. How you doing? I'm back. How are you doing? How's your day? My day is good. How's yours? Thanks for coming on here so fast. Oh my god, 10k calorie challenge. Say less. But my day was alright, not too bad, can't complain. Some stuff happened, but we're alive and we're good. I'm glad that your day was alright. Did you have work today, Alberto? Did you have to go to work today? Hello, Forensic. Hello. Welcome. Here to say goodnight. Work in the morning. Have a great stream. Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming on here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great night. Thanks for coming on here again. Please have a great shift tomorrow. And get a lot of good sleep so that you're well rested for tomorrow. Thanks for coming on here. Thank you. So sweet. I have honestly the best community. Like I said, I've said this so many times. I have just the best. Just had to get up early to take my car for inspection. Oh, well, I'm glad that you didn't have to go to work. Car inspection or work? But then again, car inspection means losing money and work means gaining money. So yeah. So it could be good, could be bad, whichever. But anyways, I hope that the rest of your remaining of your day was pretty good. Hopefully after the car inspection, you know. Hey Somi. Whoa, you're here before AJ, or are y'all together? Are y'all together? Let me find out. Somi, is AJ with you? Is he watching with you? Hello Dota, hello, welcome. For real. See, I was gonna say, Somi on here, but before AJ is wild. See, I called it. Hello Somi, hello AJ, welcome. How is everybody's day going? Dota, Somi, AJ. How's your guys' day? Thanks for coming on stream. Thank you. What? Hello Urges, hello, welcome. Thanks for coming on here. How's your day? His account got unverified again. What is going on with AJ's account? Nani desu ka? Nani?
Back in 2018.
That's like
the best part.
It's like the second time now?
Sugar-free candies.
For real.
Sugar, great taste,
Oh, this sounds good.
What's the Matt Mahan
for real. What did AJ do?
San Jose's mayor Matt Mahan.
Back in 2018, cheat days
Why does it keep on? Oof, that looks
honestly,
freaking nut. Golly.
I don't eat like that anymore. So today I'm gonna be attempting to recreate one of my biggest.
No, don't tell me a fly got in my room. No, it got in my room. That's very unfortunate. This is gonna be a quite annoying stream. No, you got no clue. Gosh. Well, he has your account. He has your account, Somi. So that's good, right? Oh, bruh, just glaze only. I mean, I love glaze, but if I'm gonna do a cheat meal, I'm gonna do an assortment of different donuts to try. You know what I mean?
Here we go. We're gonna start.
Time to get the chancla.
So we did go with Gold Star,
For real, I need to get the fly spotter.
As well, because I
and like swat that shit.
So one Dunkin' Donuts is 260 calories, and it does weigh 58 grams. And I did bring a glaze from Gold Star home to weigh it, and it does weigh 81 grams. So I did divide 81 by 58, and that equals 1.4.
Oh my god, 15 stream streaks. Sheesh, has it been 15 streams on Twitch already?
So everything is spot on for this challenge.
Good gole. I'm annoyed. Well, how did this fly get into my room? Okay, even though all he got was
Damn,
like a
Eric,
glazed
you don't do
donut,
something, you're like, damn, I could eat 10 of these.
it looks really
Well,
good though.
Today's the day. And we did go to Dunkin'.
AJ has a
OGs,
salt
comment down below.
gun for
Yeah,
that
comment
shit.
down. And here is the Gold Star donut. These things are amazing.
Holy
Super soft,
smokes.
pillowy, sweet, and just literally
Do y'all think y'all can finish the 10K calorie challenge?
Wow. What a difference between this and the Dunkin' donut.
What
Like,
the man?
unbeatable.
I'm annoyed. Do y'all think you guys can do the? Nope. Yeah, this shit is hard.
We do got
It's
protein
fun
shake.
at first. Hey Queen,
Different
hey
ideas, protein
Marisol,
with the
hey,
donuts.
how you
Delicious.
doing? How you
Carbohydrate
doing?
fat, 2 scoops, trans
Or
fat
just you
fat,
said yeah.
1 scoop, 130
Wait, have
calories.
you actually
Delicious.
tried urges? Like,
First
have you
scoop.
actually
Here we go, donut
tried
number 3. So if you guys know me,
attempting
donuts
it?
are my absolute favorite way to start a cheat day. Add some coffee
But
in there, and then I'm one happy.
welcome, welcome,
These are just going
Marisol.
down. Donut number 4.
Thanks for coming on here. 10K. Okay, let's see.
Name a better combo in the morning than coffee and donuts.
I'm not gonna
Let's
lie.
see this
I feel
girl.
fun.
She's
And
gonna
I'm
do
gonna get a little
10K
bit of a second
challenge.
wind. I'm gonna have a Krispy Kreme donut. Oh no.
Again,
that is
all
literally
glaze?
a heart
Like,
attack
really?
on a spoon, and I am going to eat
Why
it.
just
Woo!
all
Hello
glaze?
guys,
Again,
and
it's a
welcome back to
cheat
my channel.
meal.
So
Get
today's video,
assortment.
I
Try
think,
shit
is going to be
out.
me attempting to do the 10,000 calorie
Um.
challenge. Now, I'm not sure if this is like a completely stupid idea or not,
Anyways,
but I have watched
I'm
the
just a
10,000
big
calorie
back.
challenge videos on YouTube for years, and I've
Oh
always
my
wanted to do it.
gosh.
Don't mind that little patch on the wall that's not been
But
painted.
like,
I've always wanted to do it, and when I've watched it,
what was
I've
I gonna
thought,
say?
yeah.
You guys know me,
She's
donuts are
talking
my
a little bit
absolute favorite way to start a cheat
much.
day. Add some
But
coffee in there,
what was I gonna
and then
say?
I'm one happy camper. These are just
Um,
going down. Donut number 4.
like you would think that it would be easy, right? Consuming a lot of food, but
Name a
like
better combo in the morning.
there's actually
Coffee
not that
donuts.
much calories to some things. Like for
Donut number
example,
5.
if you're doing 10K challenge and you're going to McDonald's, some of the burgers are only like 800 calories. Do you know how many you have to eat to like it's a big volume of yeah, anyways. I tried attempting, I think I told you guys, I tried attempting the 10K the calorie challenge last year after my small little cut. I never posted the video.
Alright, well,
Why?
6
Cuz
donuts and
well, yeah, I failed. I did not get 10K. I think I got to like
I'm gonna give it some time. and then, we'll be back with some
5K
more
or
food.
maybe close to 6K, and I was like, I just could not. Did I hear the latest on David's case? No, I haven't. I haven't, Marisol. What happened? Is there new
Hey, sausage,
improvements or
McMuffin.
not
Now, I could've
improvements?
went and got hotcakes,
New,
but honestly, I was honestly kind of like, I don't know. I just had all those
Oh
donuts,
my
so like
gosh,
pancakes
this
very
fly's gonna
similar.
annoy me.
So I kind of wanted a little more savory.
Is there
Got myself
new?
some medium orange juice.
Yeah, there's proof that he
Maybe.
killed her. Like actual
So yeah, honestly, I'm
proof.
feeling pretty good.
Even if we got
Before
all
this
of us
meal,
combined,
we
we can
consumed
do it, but I don't know.
2,690 calories.
Oh yeah,
This meal
if all
here
of
is
us did it
1,600
combined
calories. So if
easily,
we do
that means
consume
all of
this,
us just
we'll
have to
be
do
at
like what 2K
4,290
each, which
per
is
day. So that is a
really
good head
easy, which
start.
you can
That's
just
almost halfway through
get done with
before
like
noon, so maybe I can kind of get something else in, so I can be
I
at
don't
least
know,
5,000
like
calories
2
before
crumble
noon. So that'll really
cookies.
help the back half is really a challenge.
Wait, there's
Really
actual
nice. So
evidence
we're
that he
gonna start with
did?
let's go with the sausage, egg and cheese McMuffin.
Oh,
I really love this sandwich
McDonald's.
because I love
Sounds
English
good.
muffins. I don't care for the biscuit sandwiches. They're pretty dry and boring if you ask me.
Wait, are you sure he did it in a kiddie pool?
That little chewiness from the English muffin, along with the sausage, egg and cheese. That is
Hello, Pastak. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yo, I'm about to smack this
Okay.
fly. It's no annoying me
Sausage, egg,
so
and cheese
bad.
down. And now time for the sausage.
It's because I'm in a dark
griddle.
room,
So
so
basically,
it's gonna
it's like a
fly
maple
towards my
pancake,
screen because
little
it's like the
torn off.
only light in here.
With egg,
I don't blame it, but
sausage, and cheese.
it's
So
all over
basically,
TikTok.
It's like the
Alright,
egg
let's
McMuffin,
see.
but even
Let's see if YouTube that ended David.
Hey.
Ooh. When did it get updated? 2 days ago? Or was it today?
April 2026, the world got news of the most shocking celebrity murder case. April 2026, the world
should we
got
watch
news
this?
of the most shocking celebrity murder case.
Alright, freak it. Let's just watch this. Oh my gosh. I heard it an hour ago. Oh, so it just got updated.
Since O.J. Simpson, when breakout pop artist David
Caught
will be arrested for the brutal
partying
murder of
hours
14-year-old
after
Celeste
teen
Rivas
was
Hernandez.
killed.
The medical examiner or coroner
4
says
hours
Rivas
ago.
Hernandez was the victim of a homicide. Report says there were wounds on her
Should we
body,
watch this
suggests she
one?
was stabbed, and
This was
that
updated
that
1 day
stabbing was
ago,
the
so
likely
it
cause
might
of her
not
death.
it might
The
not
arrest will
have
follow the
the
horrific discovery of her
it might not even
inside
have
the trunk of his
the
Tesla,
part where
it had apparently been
he
sitting for around 4 months.
Well, we
chopped her
don't know
body.
how long this body was in the vehicle, as that car was found several days ago. But
Let's see
TMZ is reporting
chapters.
that the car is linked to the popular singer David.
But it would take around 7 months
Missing
from the
girl
date
lead
the
up
body
to
being discovered
the
for
arrest
to
of
finally
David.
be
Okay,
arrested.
maybe
Tonight, dramatic problem. Either way, on Monday, we're expected to get our first look at David as he's expected in court in person.
okay,
Back
well,
was an expert
we've
legal
already
team
seen
that
this.
will
Alright,
exist
so this one's like the most recently updated from this Law and Crime, the one that we watched
So
last
many
time.
updates in the David case. First, he's now being accused of partying after allegedly brutally killing a 14-year-old girl. We've learned he wants to look more presentable in court. Fortnite has
She found out that he was messing with other girls, so she was going to expose him that night. Oh. Oh, okay,
made a big
let's
decision
see.
about the singer's presence in the video game. So a lot of updates in this case since we last covered this shocking story. We want to get into it right now with Steve Fisher, the private investigator who has been on top of this case from the very beginning. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, before we go any
Okay, so here's the thing. If you're already messing around with the underage, like, you know, underage individual, like, why are you gonna cheat? You know what I mean? Because it's like they're not like why are you gonna do with multiple? You know what I mean? Like, because then the child who, I mean, the underage individual who finds out is obviously gonna be like, well, I'm gonna freaking like go like, you know, why couldn't he have handled it like kind of like, oh hey, like let's break things off here. You know, let's kind of go of our own ways. I'm done. Let's break up. You go back home, and I go back to doing my own thing, and that's it. You don't come to my place anymore. Like, we're done, broken up, no contact. You know, why cheat or like why like, you know what I mean? But then again, who am I supposed to say? Like, I don't even know the actual relationship of their thing. But anyways, there's also messages out with him and oh my
further, I have a
gosh.
long crime news alert I have to tell you about. Roblox.
golly.
Roblox is under fire for allegedly not taking adequate safety measures to protect children on its platform. That's right. The popular virtual universe has millions of users who are minor attention. So if you might not be Roblox, you make justice for families. All right, so we have more alleged details in the David case as there was a court hearing today. We're waiting for another major court hearing this week, the preliminary hearing, which we'll talk more about. But where are we? So David is currently locked up on charges. First-degree murder, continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14, and unlawful mutilation of human remains in connection with the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, filed by the LADA's office last week. We know that they claim that Celeste's decomposed and dismembered body was found September 8th, 2025.
Okay, we know
He's also
that.
facing special circumstances allegations of lying in wait, killing for financial gain, killing of a witness, even though there's a moratorium on executions in California. And we learned from last week the autopsy report. The autopsy report was released, citing that Celeste's official cause of death was multiple penetrating injuries, the manner of death homicide. We did a whole sidebar with forensics examiner Dr. Mary Jabelic. If you want to check it out, you can see it. It's on Law and Crime's YouTube page. We also put the full autopsy report on our app, Law and Crime Plus, as well. Preliminary hearing this Friday. We had a reporter in the courtroom.
Can you guys hear? Is it okay? Is the volume
But
okay?
going back to Friday, if that date sticks for the preliminary hearing and it doesn't change, that's going to be big. Because by law, the prosecution has to present enough evidence to support the charges. It's a probable cause standard. It's a lower standard. It's a low bar. You're not trying to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, but you have to say there's sufficient evidence to support the charges. And look, this is open. The defense can challenge the evidence. It's different than a grand jury, right? A grand jury secret. It's one-sided. We learned last week that there were, 3 grand juries hearing evidence in this case, but no indictment was returned. Interesting. Again, as I spoke about with the LADA, Nathan Hochman, it's going to be investigative grand juries that examine evidence, but not necessarily asked to vote on an indictment, maybe. But aside from that, now we have updates in this case that we need to address since the last time we covered it. So David's physical appearance, a timeline laid out, accusations of partying after Celeste's death, changes to his relationship with the video game Fortnite. Okay, so for all that, I want to bring on private investigator Steve Fisher, who has been on the ground in LA looking into this case for months. Steve, thank you so much for taking the time, as always. First, I want to talk about, his court appearance and his physical appearance. I thought it was interesting, these requests that were made from his defense counsel, seemingly from him. What did you learn about what David requested regarding his physical appearance in court?
Well, they filed 2 motions. The one, they filed a motion for him to wear civilian clothing. Specifically, they said it would be pants and a button-down shirt. That was denied. So he will be in a prison jumpsuit unless something changes. And then the attorney filed another motion for him to get a haircut by the LA Sheriff's Department before the hearing Friday. And that was
granted. That was approved, right.
What I found interesting is that those are the 2 motions they filed. There was no motions to unseal the 54 search warrants. And
I want to explore that for a second about why they did that. Before we get into that, just going back to his physical appearance, I'll just say, look, it's not unusual for criminal defendants or particularly celebrities who want to look a certain way in court, particularly if there's photographs, if there's video. But why do you think he wanted this? I mean, you've been studying him, investigating him for months. Is David somebody who cares about his appearance overall?
One thing I've always noticed, and especially like in the camera roll pictures we have for him, he wore the same things for days in a row. He didn't seem like a really hygienic guy, I guess you could say. And it's funny that he wants it now, especially since this is not televised. Cameras aren't allowed in the courtroom because of the child imagery, specifically. It won't be allowed going forward. So it's really interesting because all there's going to be is a sketch artist. I think he's a narcissist. I think he wants to keep his persona for the people that do show up in the courtroom. I don't know. Maybe it's being driven by his attorneys, but I don't think so. I think this is him.
Let me go back to the other part that you mentioned. So you note that his team didn't file motions to unseal all of these search warrants in this case. Talk to us about how many they are and what you know about that.
Yeah, so I went yesterday and I found out there's 50, I think there's 54 sealed, 55, including one that's unsealed already, which was the one for the vehicle. So actually at the last 2 court hearings, Beth Silverman, the prosecutor, specifically said that if we're going to do this prelim this quick, we're willing to work with him to unseal everything that's under seal so they have this information for the preliminary, which she said specifically mentioned the search warrants and the grand jury transcripts, and that's when she disclosed there was 3 separate grand juries in the process that has to be done to unseal those transcripts. The judge said, hey, I'm on board. I agree to unseal everything. I just need the motion. No motion's been filed though. They filed the motions for the physical appearance, the hair, the clothes. Nothing that, at least as of that's on the docket, to unseal those things.
a couple made questions here. Why wouldn't they? Because there's been a question about whether or not they're going to delay the preliminary hearing, whether it's actually going to happen Friday. Remember, they've kind of put the prosecution's feet to the fire. We want 10 days. We want this preliminary hearing. We want to see what you have. I wonder if they're going to have difficulty asking for a delay, if they do, and not even having, according to you, made a motion to try to unseal them.
Yeah. So I have a feeling that what you're saying is exactly. I think they're probably at the last second going to say, we don't even, Your Honor, we don't have the discovery. It's I think there's going to be some pushback because at that last hearing, the judge said specifically that she was willing to make accommodations because, and I appreciate this from her. This is a high profile trial, and if, for instance, she said that she does not do afternoon hours. She was making an exception for today, for the hearing that happens today, which is where I think this will find out for sure, not if it is going forward, but that this was not normal procedure, but she was doing it anyhow. So now if they were to come in on the first and say, we just didn't get the information, so how can we go forward? Because they really didn't want the information right now. I think they're gonna get called out on that, I think. I would imagine today will be the day that, if I had to guess, I think it's gonna get continued.
Let me ask you this, 54, 55 search warrants, is that unusual? I mean, that seems like a lot. And why, how specific do you think each one was? What do you think they were for?
Well, you definitely are going to have, Apple with iCloud and his individual devices. I can tell you that he does have a lot of actual devices, a lot of phones. And then you're going to have Google and stuff like that. But there was a search warrant issued as late as April 20th, so after his arrest. And there was another one that looks like it falls on like the 5th or the 6th of April. So they were issuing search warrants right up. I think there was a total of 7 that I saw that were issued in 2026.
Do you think that's something he had on him at the time of the arrest or something at the property where he was arrested?
I think they probably had some sort of, I think that when they arrested him, they cataloged, what was there, and they got a warrant. I mean, kind of like they did with the car originally. They went there, they verified that there was a smell in the car, they immediately got a search warrant to enter the car. Probably the same thing. And Beth alluded to that, actually. She said that she didn't know at the time if there was going to be significance from those returns or not.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that those warrants also include materials possessed by other individuals that are not David?
Certainly, I definitely think there's going to be at least cloud type of data, other Facebook accounts or Instagram accounts, Meta, let's call it, and iCloud. They specifically leaned into iCloud a lot. They said that there was over 10 terabytes of data from one iCloud account. So, which, listen, I can kind of see 10 terabytes of child porn. I don't think that's the case. I think it's a 10 terabyte account.
Oh my gosh, there's like a little baby in this picture.
I think all of his inner circle people have had all their accounts subject to search warrant by their social media accounts, and including his management.
I'm glad you mentioned. I mean, this is something we talked about previously. And prosecutors say he was in possession of child pornography. We don't know if it was allegedly of Celeste or someone else, but that was interesting and made me wonder if there could be federal charges on the horizon for him. Real quick, if they unseal these search warrants, you, me, everyone's gonna be able to see them.
We'll be able to see who they were served upon, and we'll be able to see what the return was. Not saying the data, but the return filed by the police saying we recovered, this account, data from this account. We'll see it on a general basis, and we'll see who it was served upon, what they were looking for, and what the probable cause was, which is going to be the real tell in this thing. What the probable cause was to get the search warrant.
So back to the preliminary hearing, and we'll talk about it a little bit later on because at the time of this recording we haven't had the hearing yet later today. Do you think this preliminary hearing is actually going to happen on Friday? And if it does, how much of the prosecution's case is going to be revealed? And how much evidence are they going to present of what they have against David?
Oh my gosh,
well,
the speed is funny. Sorry, do you guys want me to slow it down?
And because some of the scrutiny that LAPD has under, I think that they're going to overshoot that a little bit. I think they're going to say, we've got a case here. Look what we have, and this is just what we're showing you for probable cause. Whether it happens or not, I have a feeling it probably is not. The fact that they have not found, especially for those grand jury transcripts.
You guys know, like, you guys like watching TikTok videos, and you guys just like hold it down so it goes by faster, just because it's like, alright.
And the judge told them a couple times, she's willing to unseal it. They just need a motion. The fact that they didn't do that immediately at the courthouse, I think that they're talking a little different than the real strategy that they're going to actually explore.
Steve, something else that I thought was significant is if the DA is claiming that David killed Celeste to prevent her from coming forward and exposing his alleged illegal behavior.
Okay, maybe I'll just go back down to like 1.5.
According to Rolling Stone, Interscope Records cut ties with him before his arrest. UMG, so Universal Music Group, is working to get their clients' songs that they collaborated on with David removed from streaming platforms. According to People Magazine, Fortnite is going to refund the players who made David-related purchases in the game. They released a statement saying, "We hear the concerns. We have a bunch of changes we're rolling out over time. The first one will be available on Tuesday, April 28th, when anyone who purchased one of these items will be able to get an immediate self-service refund. And right now, players who request refunds for David Cosmetics via player support can be refunded." And by the way, David's song "Locked and Loaded" was apparently the game's first official theme song back in 2025. This is per report.
Hello, Zach. Welcome.
Why this is significant. Also, I'm going to go back to Steve on this. David reportedly talked about how much this game meant to him. There was this Variety interview where he said, quote, "Fortnite has been such a big part of my life.
Hope you're having a good day. Also, Marisol, how's your day? I forgot to ask you, how's your day? I hope your day was good. And Stock as well. How was your day? Everybody else who
it's me giving back to something that shaped my story as an artist.
How's your
And even
day?
now, playing Fortnite is still my true passion. So I find this very relevant for the prosecution's case, Steve. If they're trying to say he tried to silence a witness to prevent his career from being torpedoed, look what just happened after his arrest. They might be able to use this potentially.
And listen, I think if it goes to trial, you're going to see that the way he met Celeste was through Fortnite. And that's significant. And listen, good on Fortnite.
Wait, he met Celeste through Fortnite?
One person requested it. Good on Fortnite. They didn't have to... And listen, I think if it goes to trial, you're going to see that the way he met Celeste was through Fortnite, and that's significant. And listen, good on Fortnite. They didn't do this after a bunch of pushback. They did this.
He
One person
met
requested
Celeste
a refund,
through Fortnite.
and they immediately processed it, and this started the ball rolling. And good for them.
Whoa.
Yeah, he hasn't been proven guilty yet. I know that, but they're a private company, and if there's we don't want our name
Just
cashed
tired
in
of
whatsoever,
it.
we're going to refund people.
Nature documentary playing on my ceiling, so
good for
that's
them.
interesting.
And because
Nice.
listen, Celeste did meet him through Fortnite when she was very, very young. And
Is
they were
that your
able to score.
background noise so you can fall asleep,
So
Sock?
I appreciate they did that, and he did. He used that platform
Just the usual.
to lure people, and it's
Well, I'm glad.
obviously
As
it's
long
terms
as
of
it was
service, and they
a
didn't endorse it at all. But I'm glad
okay
that
day, better than a bad day.
They're doing it without being asked to.
Did
I
I say
want to
that
talk
right?
about the
Yeah.
timeline. So
Okay
you
day is better
constructed
than
a
having a
timeline
bad day,
in
so
this
I'll
case,
take
and
that.
I want to go through some of it. So tell me about what happened on the day of Celeste's alleged killing and what happened immediately after.
It's really wild to kind of see it on paper like this, and I got.
Okay, let me read this. Alleged that David killed Celeste Hernandez on April 23rd. Oh my gosh, this is literally like a year ago. 2025 or shortly thereafter. A party was held in his honor at 100 Thieves! Valkyrie! No! Wait, is she still on 100 Thieves? I don't even know. A party was held in his honor at 100 Thieves. Oh my god, in Culver City, California, Neo. And members of his management team were present while they have all scrubbed thieves from the internet. I was like, scrubbed? Huh? Scrubbed what? 100 Thieves for real? No! Dude, imagine like Valkyrie or whoever was at that party was like, what the actual? Anyways, just hours after killing Celeste, David is partying without a care in the world. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, Nate shot, I forgot. Need to clear things up. Oh no, I'm pretty sure they weren't involved or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, what if they probably are just like he went to our party right after he did that? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, no, I'm pretty yeah, oh my. Anyways, without a care in the world, where was Celeste's body during this time? Based on the timeline, I do not believe David was alone for more than brief periods between April 23rd and April 25th. Those days included the Coachella wind down, the release of his Withered album, pre-sales launching, and a release party. Dang! Okay, see? You see? The excuse of someone saying that I'm busy is just not valid anymore, okay? We have one with the whole CEO who was at the concert, who has a family, but yet he still had time to he's running a whole company and this and that, but he still had time to like have an affair. And then now this is another case where it's like he got like launches, marketing for his album, and then this and that, but yet he still got time to kill somebody. So someone saying that they're busy and can't reply, I don't know. It's just not valid no more because these people are busy bodies. Holy. Anyways, okay, sorry. Pre-sales launching and a release party in his honor. Like, oh my gosh. Then flying to New York City for a band lab event. He was at a peak moment in his career. Jeez. Peak moment of his career, yet he still had time to go doing some other hobbies. Management, publicists, and others in his orbit were all present. Oh my gosh. My guy was never alone. The Starfuller friends were all around. It is difficult to believe that no one knew anything about Celeste. Yeah. May protect someone legally, but it does not shield them from public perception, especially if information was brought forward or was not brought forward immediately. Whoa. These photos are from April 24th party at 100 Thieves, hours after Celeste was killed. Oh my goodness. Gosh, okay. Also the fact that they met through Fortnite is out of pocket. What's up with chat? And say, hello, Maiwawi, welcome. Thanks for coming on here. We're on another case with the David. There were some updates. Can't trust no one, for real. Well, I mean, yes, you can. You can trust God. David gonna feel it when he's in prison. Oh my god. Yeah, I've heard that usually, people who have like charges involving kids when they go to jail, the prisoners don't take that lightly. So yeah, peak? I never heard of him,
I think
so
my
I don't know
analyst
if
curve
he
to put
had
this
a peak.
timeline together. On the 23rd is the day that the prosecution alleges that she was killed and lured over there and then killed. Beth Silverman seems to be saying it was the 23rd because last
And
week
going over to his house, and she never.
And she also called it the 1 year anniversary of her death.
Party after a killing is probably one of the most unhinged things that I've ever heard.
Sure, on the 23rd. So he goes over there, and that is the day that he just got done with Coachella. He's back. He's kind of on this like rush of activity going on, and they announced that the Wither tour or Wither album's dropping, and there's going to be a tour, and pre-sale starts. So here comes the money rolling in, right? And obviously they're alleging that Celeste was threatening to stop that. Now, what I find really interesting is, and I'm not saying anybody else was involved. I'm just saying I find it interesting that this is a period of time, the 23rd, when they announced that the next day they have a album release party and Wither tour pre-sale, and then ticket sales start, and then by the 25th he's playing in New York. His management's in town. His management who leased the house is in town. Don't know where they're staying, and his friends are all around. I put up pictures yesterday of them on the 24th at this party. This would be just hours after he killed her, and he's hanging out. And Neo and Asia are in the photos with him. I don't think he had a lot of downtime by himself, coming off of Coachella, and then all these VR events happening. And by the 25th, from the 23rd, he kills her. By the 25th, he's in New York. He has a party, album release, all this stuff happening. Who was around him? I think that's gonna be really key.
Yeah. So this party you say is in Culver City, California.
What they're trying to claim is that he probably wasn't alone. So are they trying to claim or trying to push it towards like there were other people involved, or trying to push it towards like the people that he was around might have knew, just didn't say anything? Or is that what they're trying to say? Is that what they're trying to push towards?
Your post based on the timeline, I do not believe David was alone for more than brief periods between April 23rd and April 25th. I guess the question is, where do you think Celeste's remains were? Where was her body during this time?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they're actively at this minute trying to find that out, really. And listen, I think that there's some nexus to downtown LA. On May 5th, when they alleged that she was unfortunately, dismembered by him, they said that.
Wait, May 5th? May 5th. So if I'm looking at the calendar and decide if she was killed on the 23rd, May 5th is like almost 2 weeks later. Almost. It's like, okay, let me see. 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about like 12 days. 12 days later, she gets dismembered.
That happened on May 5th. There's a photo of him that social media post that we recaptured of him at a Cinco de Mayo type event downtown late at night with a food truck. Physiology of this is that she was killed on the 21st and 23rd of April and dismembered on May 5th. She had to be
12 days later, goes back to mutilate the remains.
refrigerated, most likely, in between.
Had to be refrigerated. Oh gosh. How do you go back? Oh gosh. It's like one thing to like maybe like you accidentally, just killed her. But like, I can't. Oh god. I need a minute. Seems that way, and he just cared about his music career. Wow, my gosh. He's gonna get diddied. Yeah. Isn't your body starting after that? Yeah, that exactly. It's probably smelling and. Oh,
and
God.
I don't know if that means it's a warehouse downtown.
But it's just the other thing where it's like, after you kill someone, right? And then you have to go back. It's like you have to see what you did again, and then now you're just, this is
some sort of facility downtown that he rented or had or whatever. But I don't believe she was kept at the house, and she wouldn't have been in the state really to dismember her to where, she was still wearing clothes and everything, and that would have been, a really tricky situation if she wasn't. So I think she was stored downtown or somewhere that had refrigeration.
These allegations are so heinous and so disturbing, but you couple it with the idea of him.
Okay, well, they're allegations, so let me look this up real quick. Allegations means that it's just kind of like talked about. There's not really like, it's not really like firm, concrete evidence, right? Is rare, non-standard, present, okay, which means to make an brother. Wait, did I spell that wrong? Allegation. There you go. Formal assertion, accusation. Okay, so yeah, a claim without providing immediate proof. Okay, so these are just kind of like based off of speculation, not speculation, but like based off of things. This is what they're kind of summing up. Anyways,
really partying right afterwards.
so they're
Didn't
not
he
really
stream? Didn't
quite
you say he streamed? Was it on
concrete
the 23rd or
proof
the
to really
24th?
prove that this is what exactly happened, but this is what they're.
He streamed a performance. He did a 3-day band lab collaboration in New York City starting on the 25th, then flew home to Houston and performed there from his hometown on the 28th. Then they streamed that as well. But he was, listen, you wouldn't, there's no way, you can't look at the pictures of these performances, except when he starts breaking down and crying, which makes you wonder if that's a little performative. But like when he's at this party, he's having the time of his life. I mean, he's on top of the world. It's all about him.
Wow, this guy knows. He did a deep dive. Because remember last week I showed you guys that video of him on that tour where he's singing one of his new songs called Afterlife, and he's like bawling and whatnot and can't even like speak. This guy, he knows. Like he
performances, except when he starts breaking.
Except for when he starts breaking down and crying. Like this guy.
Down and crying.
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder if that's a little performative. But like when he's at this party, he's having the time of his life. I mean, he's on top of the world. It's all about him. It's his party. It's about the ball, you know. So he doesn't look too bothered. And I sure would like to talk to people like Neo and Asia and his management and say, you know, what?
Well, okay. He's saying that when he was at the parties, like he's, you know, like he's like partying it up. It's all about him. This and that. He doesn't look too bothered.
I would like to talk to people like Neo and.
But it's like, are they trying to say that that's like a off behavior? Because I'm thinking like, okay, imagine if this didn't happen, where the murder didn't happen. In those moments, like, isn't he supposed to be kind of feeling like, if you're trying not to make it sus, like, wouldn't you like, you know, be like happy and like celebrating yourself in these moments, like to not, you know what I mean? So you have to keep. So maybe he was just like a facade, you know what I mean? But like in his head though, like he was like actually like murder on my mind, like
Asia
just
and his management.
Anyways,
and say, you know, what was his mindset? What was he talking about? Were you at the house that night? Because David, when they have these parties, they tend to be after parties at the house.
So I go back to something that you wrote in your post. It's difficult to believe that no one knew anything about Celeste. Immunity may protect someone legally, but it does not shield them from public perception, especially if information was not brought forward immediately. These photos are from the April 24th party, 100 Thieves, hours after Celeste Rivas Hernandez was killed, according to prosecutors. So you and I talked about this, but I just want you to elaborate on it. You know, I asked DA Nathan Hochman in my interview on Jesse Weber Live on News Nation about whether other people will be charged, and he goes, look, it's an ongoing investigation. If people have more information come forward, he wouldn't confirm whether or not someone was in a deal, or whether or not someone's cooperating. Remember, he did say there's cooperating and non-cooperating witnesses.
It is complex.
Grand jury. Your thoughts on this? Again, if we're looking at the timeline, we're looking at the prosecutors alleging. I'm wondering whether or not.
I'm like making my brain hurt just trying to think like, hey, wouldn't you want to be like this if you're like this? Like if you're trying to like, aren't you trying to? Shouldn't you be acting this way or like this way? Like my head is hurting just trying to think about like.
Of any deals would even come up in a preliminary hearing.
Golly.
Listen, I think 2 or 3 people know, and it's not, you know, not blunt about it. I think 2 of those people, I think Neo and Asia, just my opinion, but as an investigator and you know what I've seen, I think they knew things. And imagine.
Oh, they think this guy knows?
That if you're somebody that reluctantly came forward after being, let's say, arrested or whatever, being kind of forced your hand, like go to jail or tell your story, imagine that you pretty much told the story but held some back and then find out that there's been a wiretap this whole time going on, and it's like, oh god, I'm gonna get caught up in this. So is Nathan Hawkins saying, yeah, you know?
Oh, I did see I did see that. I didn't click into it, but I did see somewhere something surface where it's saying like one of David's close friends, or allegedly close friends, dropped something, like he said something online, coming forward with something. I just don't know what it was.
You know, we can't say nobody's going to charge it if they were honest and they kept to their immunity agreement. Now, he didn't say that, but I'm just saying, I'm just reading between the lines, then they're probably okay. But if they lie to us, they're not going to be okay. And listen, that wiretap could tell a lot, you know, and if you find out that they didn't tell their whole story, or they lied a little bit, then you're not covered anymore.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on the wiretap, how it works, how they law enforcement would be?
Thank gosh, because I was really about to look up, how does a wiretap work? What is that?
Be able to get that?
Yeah, so it's done a lot on, it can be done on a state level, which it was, but it's done a lot on a federal level, but they literally tap your phone. So whatever lines that they apply for, it's under like a super warrant. They're supposed to exhaust all other means first, but then they can actually intercept and listen in on all your phone calls, and they record them. And we don't know how long this wiretap was ongoing for, but I imagine a pretty long time. So anything, like you said, hey, don't put that in writing, call me, man. You know, it's all going to be recorded. And I think that's going to take up a very, very large part of 41 terabytes of data.
When do you think her body was put in that Tesla?
After, I think probably on the night he dismembered her on May 5th.
1 second. I'm hearing some screaming, and I want to make sure it's not my cat.
that's the date it happened. Or
Screaming,
whenever he did it in
not like
December.
that
I
type
think
of
she was put in
screaming.
there
It's just more
probably
like a
somewhat
whining, like.
still in a refrigerated state. And I don't know why he didn't
So I didn't
complete,
know if it was
getting rid of her, or if it was just a trophy thing, or if he did it on
neighbors
purpose.
or
I don't know if
something.
we'll ever get the answer to that and understand it. But I
Wait,
think
what
she was put in
happened?
there shortly after she was. If it was just someone he dismembered her on May 5th. If that's the data.
When do you think her body was put in that Tesla?
After, I think probably on the night he dismembered her on May 5th, if that's the date it happened, or whenever he did dismember her. I think she was put in there probably somewhat in, still in a refrigerated state. And I don't know why he didn't complete, getting rid of her, or if it was just a trophy thing, or if he did it on purpose. I don't know if we'll ever get the answer to that and understand it. But I think she was put in there shortly after she was dismembered.
Again, just have to be clear, right? You said it before. He's innocent until proven guilty. These are allegations. Why do they believe May 5th is that date?
I don't know. I think it has to be witness testimony, somebody that knew that came forward, or they have some really convincing text messages, which would just be really dumb if they did that. But going back to the very beginning of this thing, when I was talking to neighbors in that neighborhood, what they told me, and what I
He said that there might be like texting evidence, and he's like, well, it'd be really dumb if it was texting evidence if they did that.
put out there at the very beginning was
That
Tesla
is-
started being parked in different spots around the neighborhood where the rental house was, starting in May. And we didn't know any of this information at the time. Now we find out May is the date, and that's when we started moving around. So I think she was in there right after dismemberment.
Steve, I always appreciate you coming on. I know this is not an easy case to talk about. This should be an interesting week. We will see what happens. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And we just got word at the time of this recording, the David hearing is over today. The preliminary hearing has been moved now to May 26th. There's going to be a status conference on May 12th. We'll see what happens next. And that's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. You can also check us.
This is from Fox 11, 4 hours ago, and it says prosecutors. Oh yeah, you guys can see this one. There you go.
Let's get you caught up to speed on our top stories today, beginning with this. 2 high-profile murder cases go before judges today. Nick
Never
Minor,
mind.
accused of stabbing his
Sorry,
parents to
Sock.
death, and singer David, accused of murdering Celeste Rivas Hernandez. A couple of really grim stories. Fox Local's Christina Gonzalez is live at the criminal courts building in downtown LA with the
look.
latest on both cases this afternoon.
Allegedly
Christina, a
used
really busy day.
chainsaw, burn kill.
Oh, Marla, I just literally
Okay, we'll watch
run
that one
out
next.
of the David courtroom. And I'm going to warn everybody because what's happened today we did not expect. They're setting a preliminary hearing for May 26th. And what happened today, the big deal today, was that there was actually an argument between the defense and prosecutors because the prosecutors filed what they believe is their case to be presented at the preliminary hearing. Now, at that point, the defense stood up and said, we don't want the public to hear this. They tried to seal it because it is very, very disturbing. I have been able to obtain this. The judge agreed that it does not have to be sealed, so we, the media, can get it and present it to the people, you listening. But I want to warn you before I read some of these elements, this is disturbing stuff. And it's a good reason why they wanted it sealed, the defense. Let me show you some video, but please be aware, I'm going to try to be as tasteful as I can. But in essence, what the prosecution is saying is that David Burke met Celeste Rivas when she was 11 years old and he was 18. They started dating when she was 13, he was 18, and they started a sexual relationship. Now, they believe her parents found out, took her cell phone away because she kept on running away from him. And we've heard about this before. But he actually bought her a cell phone at her junior high school and actually, had it delivered to her. Now, they did have a sexual relationship for quite some time. She ran away. But here is, and I warn you, this is where it gets really crazy. According to the prosecution, the night before they believe she was killed, April 23rd, the night of the 22nd, there was a big fight, and they went back and forth with text messages. She was upset because he was seeing other girls, and she was threatening in those text messages to disclose information about him that would get him in trouble and, quote, ruin his career. So he actually gets an Uber for her, according to prosecutors, and has her delivered to his home that day, April 23rd, to come to the house. He pays the Uber to drop her off, and according to them, that is when he kills her. They say he stabbed her to death, and he actually waited, according to this complaint, until she, quote unquote, bled out. Then he took her phone, traveled to Santa Barbara, and kept on calling, texting her, saying, where are you, as her body is sitting in her house, again, according to prosecutors. I want to underline that David has declared himself not guilty, okay, of all this already in court, of any charges, or whatever may happen. So he goes to Santa Barbara, and that's where, according to the complaint, investigators actually found her ID and some of her stuff. Then he returns home, and get ready for this, he starts ordering on Amazon the tools that they say he used to dismember her body, including, and I kid you not, a burn cage and shovels and all kinds of things. Has the stuff delivered, and according to them, because they served a search warrant in his garage, this is where he supposedly did this, he proceeded to dismember her body. Specifically, Jaring is taking away her pinky finger because his name was tattooed on it. Again, these are allegations by the prosecution. He has pled not guilty, and this is the case they plan to present at the preliminary.
Okay. Wheels, welcome. Hello. Oh my gosh. Welcome. I don't know if you were here for the last time we did a little David update. We have another, a pretty fresh update today. Like literally an hour ago update actually of just details. Just
preliminary hearing on May 26th. They say that they have biological evidence, her DNA in the garage, in items left over from the pool, that kind of thing. Now, the defense wanted all this quashed because they said this is prejudicial to him, obviously. The prosecution in court was saying, of course it's prejudicial, it's our case against them. The judge decided, we do not seal this from the public. The defense said, well, how are you not going to taint a jury pool? And what the judge said is, LA is big enough, the jury pool is big enough, and they have enough cases like this that by the time we get to a trial, which probably will be in a few years, the jury pool will be able to find people who are not biased by this.
Huh? What do you mean go to trial in a few years? Why
Now,
so long?
it goes on. I mean, I'm still reading through this paperwork, and I'm going to have a lot more at 5 o'clock. But, you know, supposedly he drove the Tesla, and purposely he left her and the Tesla at the locations so that her body would decompose, according to prosecutors, thinking that it would be much more difficult for them to tie her to him. It's a really gruesome, really disturbing. It's you know, I'm just giving you the highlights.
Right.
It's disturbing. And he was in court. Obviously, this was not read in court today, but he looks scared. He looks very alert. He's working with his attorneys. He has 3 female attorneys, very good attorneys.
Dude,
the prosecution also has a
attorney is probably just like GG's bros, but we gotta just try to do our job, you know, like GG's boys, but like hello Alpine, hello, welcome. It's like when you're playing, when you're playing a game and you're just like, it's like 1 in 12 and you're just like but your teammate doesn't want to FF, you know what I mean? So you just gotta try to just do something just so that you don't get flamed for what's the word? So you don't get flamed for just sitting back and like just, you know, not even trying, you know what I mean? That's what I feel like his attorney. Hello, John Pins. Hello, Alpine. How's your guys' day? It's like that. It's like it's 1 to 12, and you have a troll on your team, and you're trying to surrender. You're trying to FF, but just that one person just will not surrender. So you just gotta keep playing the game. This long uphill game of just gosh. I'm leaving. Well, unfortunately, these attorneys, they just can't get up and just be like, I'm out. Like, well, can they? I don't know how attorney works, but anyways. His attorneys are probably just like, bruh. hello, John Pons, John Pins. Thank you for coming on here. We're doing good, I'm doing good. How are you? How's your day?
Female attorney, so it's all women around this little guy. He's tiny.
Wait, all females?
The prosecution also has a female attorney. Very alert. He's working with his attorneys. He has 3 female attorneys, very good attorneys. The prosecution also has a female attorney, so it's all women around this.
His entire team is all females?
Little guy, he's tiny.
That's crazy.
It amazes me how little he is. He's a very small-framed man. He was very alert, but he looks scared. And if this is what the prosecution says they can prove in their preliminary hearing, this is scary for them. The May 26th, they wanted, the defense had initially said, hey, let's do it Friday. And the prosecution called them on it. Said, okay, let's do it Friday, but Friday's May Day. And they're expecting protests. The judge was saying, we're going to have protests downtown. Do you really want to do this? And then the defense, when they said they had just filed this motion, he said, wait a minute, no, we need some time to go over some evidence, and they're still getting stuff, so they decided on May 26th. So that is when we will probably get more of this.
Why did the prosecuting team be like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, nah, don't even give a warning. Don't if they want to push for the trial to go by sooner, let them. Like, that means
and it looks like a very difficult case and a disturbing case against this young man. But again, he has pled not guilty. He has good attorneys, and they say they intend to prove that he didn't do this. So we'll have to see what happens. In the Nick Reiner case, they actually postponed their preliminary. They didn't even set a preliminary hearing. They decided that there's so much information.
Thank you
that
for
they
the
still have to
follow.
go through,
Hi,
that
Ohani.
they will meet again
Hello.
in September to decide when they can have a preliminary hearing. So that
appearance before judge in high-profile murder cases. Have you ever listened to his music before these events? Yes. Jonathan's, yes. I was not like a big fan, but I was a fan of his music. I did like his music. But ever since these events, I have not been able to listen to his music since then. But yeah. What are we
That's
watching
gonna be a
tonight? Oh,
while on
honey,
that.
we're watching about David. Hopefully you know, or I don't know if you know about the artist David and his case going on, but yeah. Okay, wait, I need to catch up on your guys' chat. Am I behind? Oopsies. I have a genuine question. Oh, okay. What did Sock say? Well, he gotta have his differences. Finally, okay, watch that. Don't matter if they got good. There's no defending that. But like his defending attorneys, like they're, I don't know, they're just like he's not guilty and they're confident too. Okay, like anyways, like I feel like the defense attorney, like they wouldn't have taken him on as a client if they didn't, if they weren't confident that they could prove that he was not guilty, right? Because I feel like attorneys get to choose if they want to take on a client or not, right? He's getting roasted for being little. Have you ever? Okay, read that one. Okay, so, but I didn't know all this happened. Oh, Jonathan's. Well, are you gonna still listen to his music, or are you gonna be one of those people who are like, separate the music from the artist type thing? I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I can do that. Separate the music from. I just can't, because his music is just, the lyrics a little kind of. I want no judgment when I say this, but is it bad for me to be disappointed that he is black of all races? I am only saying that as a black person. I can only just see it now that this is gonna it's gonna be used against us. Aw, sock. Okay, yeah, no judgment. um, is it bad for me to be disappointed? I don't know how to answer to this. Chat, if you want to answer Sock's question. Let me try to put it. Let's. What if this case and the person was Asian? Would I feel disappointed? I can definitely see what you're trying to say, Sock. Where, you know, one person or like a small group of people does something bad and then like it gets kind of like associated to like the whole group of people when not everyone is like that. My own kind. Fast like. Oh yeah. I know him. I used to listen to his music, probably not, but when I hear a second on a reel, it's time to sing it to Jonathan's. Oh, there's sometimes I still get like in the back of my mind, you, and then I'm just like, no, stop, no. I truly hope they don't use this to judge. Yeah, definitely. I don't. Before you even ask, like, prior to you asking that question, I didn't even like think about like, oh my gosh, like, you know, like how you're thinking. It's just an individual who kind of didn't handle it right. I didn't really associate him with, yeah, I didn't even think about his race at the end of the day. But the act is bad regardless of race, but I just know that my race's reputation is yeah. I can definitely see some people probably could be using this case as like yeah, as like what you're saying. Daybreak! Oh my god, if you're still here, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. But yeah.
Coroner doesn't even have a full report to the prosecution on that. So
I get nostalgic for 2025.
This is my latest update.
But I
well,
that's a big update, Christina.
Yeah, and I was, you know, a 2025 song that he had was last year in the summer. Uptown, or wait, what was it called? Whatever. The song that he did with JC Weenie, like that song was my summer song. But I can't play it this year because I'm just like, freak.
Really big updates. You're covering the Nick Reiner
Unless
case,
I just play
which
the
just ended with.
Hi,
That has been
Daybreak.
pushed
Thank
to
you.
September, so we have
Coming
several
on
more
here.
months to go there. But all big information, gruesome details, and
okay, let me read this. I don't think about it from a race perspective. I think human level perspective. Yeah, Pasek, I agree. But I can definitely see where Sock is coming from, where I can see there's people who aren't able to like, who just start stereotyping and all that stuff. I just saw him as like, yeah, I just saw him as like I just saw him for just the individual that he is. I didn't associate him with the entire race or whatever. But yeah, I'm kind of saying you should bring your best friend. Maybe we're just singing to the parts that only
Let's be
Jason the
clear that
Weenie singing, and just like someone should just do a clip where they just cut out all of David's part in that song and just Jason the Weenie, or Jason the Weenie. Hear me out. Just redo that song, but just a solo version, just you. But yeah. um. Some crazy stuff too, and they use that to make us look bad. Like, it's just for no reason. Why add on to it?
There were leaks that involve these gruesome details leading up to today. TMZ has been on this case. We've been reporting on it.
But there's also that kind of thing where it's like, oh, you already see me that as like this bad kind of villain. Bet let me show you how villainous I can get. You know, maybe sometimes they might have that mindset where it's like, where some people might think like, oh, like why add on to it, while others like, bet you see me as like this bad guy, I'll show you what a bad guy can be. I don't know.
There have been those gruesome details where there was, things like the burn cage you mentioned that was found. We didn't know if that was true. Of course, this is what the prosecution says. This detail about Santa Barbara County, interesting to hear that. That's something that TMZ broke,
on it.
During these months leading up to the actual arrest. Nonetheless, this is all coming to light. Not to mention, Christina, what I don't know if this was mentioned at all. Leading up to today, the idea that his song lyrics could be used as evidence against him because he has a song called, I believe it's called Romantic Homicide, on whether or not the prosecution is going to,
video.
right, and if the prosecution is going to use that against him.
Oh, honey, I feel like the prosecution has so much sauce that they can just use against him. Like, why wouldn't they use, like, if even a small little clip can be used against him, I feel like the prosecution will like full hammer. Like, why would they not use it? Is my
honestly
thing.
If they have DNA, if what they're saying here, if they have her DNA in the garage and items that were used to allegedly dismember her body, the song
is irrelevant. I mean, I don't want to say
not
irrelevant.
I mean, it's just.
But this is enough.
But
evidence.
it adds to it. But
right.
It's not. I mean, if and they took their time with this case, and it was a very difficult. That when I was in the coroner, just delivered to the court while we were there a package of paperwork about this big, and the judge is like, okay, who wants to make copies for who? Will the prosecution go first? It's just overwhelming the amount of evidence in this case, and the prosecution has taken its time because when you have a body that is that decomposed, it is very difficult. But they have a bunch of text messages from these two talking to each other, and the fights and the pictures. And I want to say, because we had reported the last time that there were pornographic pictures on his phone. They're not general pornographic pictures; they're pictures of her, in all kinds of compromising positions. So that is one of the things that I was reading here.
Let's clear that up because that was reported, I guess.
Oh yeah,
week,
let us know.
Track of the timeline in which his phone or his devices anyway
the child
had
porn, was
a
it
whole
pics of
lot
her or
of
pics of
child
other
porn
chicks?
on it. So this wasn't just anybody. This was specifically child porn.
This was her
linked to
photos.
her.
Yeah. It's it's the pictures of her in compromising situations.
Oh my goodness.
Which this is going to be a nightmare of a trial, because I've sat in trials. Imagine.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I can't like listen to this and then let me read chat real quick. I wish people in general can keep to a human basis. Believe me, but people have been instilled. One bad apple ruins the batch that even taught in school. Oh yeah. That's why I can't really say too much on it, Sock, just because like I know black people kind of have like the shorter end of the stick, so I can't really like say from like yeah. Anyways, I do get what you're saying. Like I wish people did do it human basis of like just that individual being judged for just them and not having their actions like branch out to like other he wanted this. It was like he wanted a good story. It's sad though. If he wanted this, is gonna be this is bad. Some people are just so close-minded. Yeah. Some people are close-minded, but I do feel like our generation might be a little bit better, like not associating one action of one person to like the entire mass of a race. You know what I mean? I think our generation is kind of doing better than like previous generations. You know what I mean? to gather every possible evidence for real. I was just wondering what was going on the video, but you put in speed up, yeah, ton of it, yeah. We actually turned it down a little bit. Bars.
The family sitting there looking at this stuff.
No. Yes.
You know, let
right.
alone the pictures that they have.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she makes a good point. Imagine, or like in court, her family is gonna be there and they're gonna show like pics of your little daughter like in these positions. Like, oh man.
Of all the other stuff.
Everything
it's going to be a very gruesome trial.
Mixed babies are so cute. Mixed babies are
when we were up in Lake Elsinore, the
top
family is
tier,
devastated. You know, and granted, this young woman has been seen with this young man. They were dating for a year. She ran away. They said they knew he was with her or she was with him. He initially said he wasn't, then he said he was, and you know, and it went back and forth. But you know, what is particularly disturbing and damaging for him is that there's planning involved here, if this is true, because her body is in the house supposedly, and he's using her phone to text. You know, he's trying to text her to her phone. Where are you? Where are you? When they seem to have evidence that the Uber dropped her off at the house.
Right. So he's trying to cover his tracks.
Which goes to a degree of culpability. It makes it even worse. One thing is killing somebody in the heat of passion because they threatened you and you thought your life was over. Another thing is the degree of planning that seems to have gone into this.
After the fact, yes.
And
Before
again,
and
I want to
after,
underline
to get her to his house, and then everything else that transpired according to the prosecution. And now,
right. And again, he has said he's not guilty.
Right.
You know, he has pled not guilty on all of this. So I want to underline that because a man does have the right to a defense. I don't know what the defense is going to present. You know, the defense says they have a solid case to say it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, as we
and I mentioned this last stream, but David's dad, I believe, I don't know if his dad or mom, one of them is an attorney, so they know about the law. So yeah.
Leading up to all of this, we've said if it were such an open and shut case, why did it take so long for this arrest? You know, perhaps the defense.
Because of the composition of the body, it took a long time for them to be able to figure out quite a few things. It is not easy to backtrack what happened to a body when it is that badly decomposed.
Right. They said they couldn't even.
That was a big deal for them.
Yeah.
That was a big deal for them. And they needed to make sure. It's a big case, you know. They don't want to be wrong on this.
Okay.
They don't want to be wrong on anything, but something like this, you know. But anyway, that's the latest. We'll have some more at 5 o'clock. I'm going to sort through some more of this. And my apologies if I've offended anybody with this retelling of these details.
Okay. There's another one here. This one where girls talks about it. There's NBC News. We go with this girl. Los Angeles Magazine.
An extremely disturbing pre-trial filing was unsealed by the Los Angeles DA's office, and I had to jump on and just go over it with you guys. So please excuse the face, everything. I'm so sorry. It's been a day, and I also have my story and the actual link to this document in the episode notes for after the pre-trial document, and given the interest in the case and the high-profile nature. And the judge was just like, yeah, cool, it's Los Angeles. Like, every case is high-profile, no one cares. Although the judge did end up saying this does kind of look like an actual trial document. But I see why the defense did not want this to be unsealed. It is so disturbing, so disturbing. Busted civilian clothes and to get a haircut before his pretrial hearing, which was supposed to happen on May 1st. It's now happening on May 26th. The DA's office was very upset about this. ADA Beth Silverman was like, we had witnesses rearrange vacations for this, like told the defense, you guys knew this was coming. And there's also a status conference hearing on May 12th, but and one other thing, Steve Fisher, he was, I would say, not really wrong about anything that he had put out into the universe, from burn cage incinerators to, Santa Barbara, etc. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. I mean, I'll skip through some of the background here, but you understand the dismembered body of 14-year-old Celeste R was discovered in the front trunk of his model Tesla X on September 8th, 2025. It had been towed there, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Other evidence confirmed the defendant was the last person to drive the vehicle on July 29th, 2025, before he left for a Los Angeles concert tour.
He was the last person? You're just driving with the dead body in your car.
And actually, I've seen Steve Fisher post a video on X about this, like him actually driving the car. So you should go ahead and check that out. Okay, let's go back to it. So, all right. This is where they just talk about the discovery. Inside the bag, they discovered a...
Oh, sorry. It's my background. My wallpaper it comes with music, and so you can hear the background.
Severely decomposed head and torso. A plastic garbage bag beneath the black cadaver bag contained the dismembered
it's
arms.
not funny anymore. Okay, wait. Manager of the tow yard. Da, 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 strong smell. Observed black cadaver bag. Da, 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 da. Insects covered in insects. They discovered a severely decomposed head and torso. Past the garbage bag beneath the black cadaver bag contained the. However, the victim's ring and pinky fingers on her left hand had been amputated. Not found in the Tesla. They weren't in the Tesla? Oh my gosh, what if he kept it as like a souvenir? No, please no. Please no. Gosh.
And legs. And this is big to me. The victim's ring and pinky fingers on her left hand had been amputated and were not found. So yeah,
I feel like throwing up. Like I actually feel sick when I read about like
had
what happens.
Not been found, and this was noted in the autopsy as well. And also, she had that tattoo that matched David. So yeah, this is all kind of adding up here. Okay, prior to their investigation, the LAPD robbery homicide detectives determined the victim and the defendant met in January 2022 when she was 11 years old, beginning a sexual relationship in November of 2023 when she was just 13 years old and he was 18 years old.
Why would he get it towed? I don't know.
Gross. I am so sorry for her that she had an adult allegedly take advantage of her like this. That is so
what if it accidentally
so not cool. Okay, so the Riverside County Sheriff's Department, that's the RCSD. So we'll just say Riverside. I'll just shorten it there. So the detectives learned that she had been reported missing to Riverside by her family. And they lived in Lake Elsinore in February and April of 2024. Now this is really important. So Riverside contacted Burke on February 17th, 2024, after they identified a phone number in Celeste's phone records that belonged to him. And you know what? I'm actually gonna make myself bigger because you guys can go ahead and look at this doc yourself after, because again, I'm linking it out in the episode notes.
He ate it?
So they actually found.
We got another Ted Bundy or something? Wait, is that the right guy? Is that the guy who ate people? Ted Bundy? Was that the one? There's too many. I hope he didn't, cause good golly, but I wouldn't put it past him.
Found her phone records and found his number. So they called him, and David claimed that he last spoke to Celeste on February 13th or 14th, 2024, and said, "Oh, I didn't know she was a minor or she was reported missing." And they advised him that the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department was going to go to his home. So on that day, he was living at the Doheny Place residence in West Hollywood, and Riverside requested that the LA Sheriff's Department conduct a welfare check at his home. I'm sure they were looking for Celeste. So they went to his home that night at 8:15, and they told him that the victim, Celeste, was a 13-year-old runaway, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so unaware that she was a minor. I've only met her once in person in November 2023.
Maybe that was
I guess he showed the deputies a yearbook photo of her that was on his cell phone. That's weird. You only met her once in 2023,
maybe
but you got a yearbook photo. Okay. Although he claimed to be unaware of where she was at the time, she did return home 2 days later. Now I have to ask. Steve had talked about an email between David's manager very early on in the case. I don't know if you guys remember this. The manager spoke out on TikTok, said he didn't get an email, et cetera, and then boom, Steve had said that this source said Celeste return home. Just putting that out there, right? Okay, so despite being informed by law enforcement that she was only 13, Burke.
Oh, no, cannibals scare me so bad. Like, I get really, no.
Continued to pursue her. So after she returned home in February of 2024, her parents took her cell phone away. So he drove to Lake Elsinore, Burke, and again, this is all alleged, and paid a junior high school student in Celeste's class $1,000 to give her a cell phone that he purchased so they could stay in contact. Okay, now I'm thinking about the photo in the parking lot in Riverside.
Too bad this isn't like, when was it? Was it during COVID with the Johnny Depp case and like the whole... they were able to record the Johnny Depp and Amber, I forgot her name. Too bad this can't be filmed because everybody will be, we could be streaming and watching the trial as it goes on, bruh. But then again, I understand because it's a minor that's being involved. So
California, near the high school of David, talking to a student. Yeah. Does anybody else want to give me crap, by the way, for the videos I made about David loitering outside of high school? I can't tell you guys how many people were like, who cares? He's almost the same age as them. Really? This kind of sounds like he's a predator. I don't know, but yeah. But I'm, yeah. Anyway,
honestly,
you guys can tell, by the way, I'm tired. I'm losing it. Let's stick to the facts here. Okay, so he purchased the cell phone for her, and he gave it to a student. He paid the student to give it to her. And then, this is crazy. Throughout 2024, She spent a significant amount of time with him, including summer weekends at his home in the Hollywood Hills and traveling with him to Las Vegas, London, and Texas to meet his family. We've seen the photos in Vegas. This is why.
To meet his family? No. No. To meet his family? No. No, 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 no. No. No way. There's no way. No, 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 no. He's bringing her to meet his family? Huh? What? Okay. He was a Japanese man who loved. Oh no, Marisol, no, please, no, no, I don't want. No, I don't. La la la. I don't want to read that. No, no. And I think I've seen clips of what you're talking about. That no, those are things that I gotta scroll because then I get scared. That just makes me scared of life. Like it makes me like not want to like leave the house type of deal. About Walking Dead. Oh my gosh. Totally they make them different in Japan. Um hey, if it happens in Japan, there can be knock on wood, but like copycatters and oh my god, no. Just scares me. Nope, nope, nope. I wouldn't even want to watch the trial, just let me know when he's in prison. Oh my gosh. Hello, hello Miguel, welcome, welcome. Kill that fly.
Why his family didn't want to testify. That's really weird. I don't even know what to say. I think I have not reached out to Kent Schaefer yet.
After this video,
I will. I'm going to say, can you give me a statement on whether or not the family was aware of her age when they spent time with her
and we're gonna
in
watch
these different cities? I'm just curious.
Better.
I mean, she
maybe
doesn't
something
look
with
old.
food or something, just a little more.
Okay, so text exchanges between Celeste and David, they refer to sex, pregnancy,
I'm getting lightheaded.
use
like,
of Plan B, and there are explicit photos documenting and corroborating the relationship. In November of 2024, they apparently broke up, but they continued to communicate and text, etc. And April 23rd is when 2025 is likely the date of her death. And that's because that's when all of her cell phone activity stopped. So that right there is a huge, that's when all of her third is when they apparently broke up, but they continued to communicate and text, etc. And April 23rd is when 2025 is likely the date of her death. And that's because that's when all of her cell phone activity stopped. So that right there is a huge piece of evidence. And what
okay, that could be, imagine texting back and forth and then the murder day, and then he is trying to cover his tracks by what's it called, texting like, where you at, and then after that he just goes cold, not even like, she's not even texting anymore.
we're going to get into now is very big. So the night prior, April 22nd, David and Celeste engaged in a very lengthy argument described in detail on these texts. And the messages revealed that Celeste was jealous over David's other relationships with other girls. And that was because David led her to believe that they had a future together. I mean, she's like 13 or 14 years old. I can't imagine the things he was saying to her. And of course, as a child, you would absolutely believe that. I mean, adults believe things that, men or women say to them.
He's dealing with a younger individual, so like she hasn't had like I just
So yeah, imagine a child. So she became extremely upset and threatened to disclose damaging information about her relationship with him, and that would end his career and destroy his life. And his first studio album was set to be released on April 25th, 2025. He had a multi-million-dollar career already in progress, multiple endorsements that were highly profitable, so he did not want to lose any of this. So it goes on to say at approximately 8:40 p.m.
I'm thinking like, why would he be talking about like other girls, like being in a relationship with other girls or whatever? I don't know if they're broken up at this time, but it's just like, she's a younger person, like younger people tend to be a little more emotional, as in like acting based off from emotions. I'm only saying that from my experience. Some people might be more mature, but usually like, as we're like little kids, we usually act off of like emotions, not because anyways, I just God, oh my gosh. Food corn. Oh yeah, I'm all about the food corn. If you break up with someone, why why do you keep talking to them? Yeah, like, and you're older, so it's like, well, you should know this, huh? He's as if he's a child. Like, he's also a child. Was there any episode House of Feelings? No, I think it comes out tomorrow. What did I miss? I got Wingstop. Ooh, Wingstop. Ugh. It is Thursday. Marisol, that was Thursday. Same girl. Sometimes I forget what day it is. I thought it was Friday tomorrow. What did he say? You know, now that I think about it, these are the type of guys that I understand why I'm mad.
April 23rd, 2025, he sent an Uber to transport Celeste from Lake Elsinore to the Hollywood Hills. You can see that, right? That is documented on a phone or an iCloud. They communicated before and during her Uber ride, which dropped her off at his home around.
Yeah, and then Uber can also showcase, you know, Uber has their own data. Like, how's David gonna wipe out their data? Like, bro,
10
like,
p.m. And at 10:30
why
p.m.,
order
like, he's so
Uber?
stupid, he doesn't understand that like this is in the Uber app. So it doesn't matter if you fake the text messages after, allegedly. So it drops her off at 10:10, and at 10:30,
Yeah,
he sent
like, why order a Uber if you're planning on like doing whatever he's gonna do? Why are you gonna order Uber? Because you can't, like, that's not your, like, that's under Uber now. It's their data. Like, are you gonna go talk to the Uber CEO and be like, hey, can you like wipe out this little small little ride for me? And you know, like,
sends text messages to her saying like, where are you? And the prosecutors are like, no, this was part of his premeditated plan to cover up the red room, as she was already deceased by 10:30. I mean, that is crazy that this killing allegedly happened within 20 minutes. That would indicate to me that it was premeditated. I mean, I feel I don't want to surmise too much, but anyway.
If it was just 20 minutes, that means she showed up and he just went da, 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 and then yeah, like, sorry.
Knowing that he had to silence her before she ruined his music career, as she had threatened, very soon after her arrival time, he stabbed the victim to death multiple times and stood by while she bled out. At no time did he call law enforcement or 911 or take her to the ER to attempt to save her life. Despite knowing she was deceased and her family was trying to call her, the evidence will show the defendant did lie and said he didn't know where she was. And this is where the Santa Barbara trip comes in. It says, in fact, he drove to Santa Barbara County immediately after she died to attempt to dispose of her property and destroy evidence. So at 11:30 p.m. on April 23rd, 2025, he drove away from his home as he texted and called Celeste's phone asking where she was. Again, prosecutors are saying these were calculated and planned to sort of set up his dumb narrative of like, where are you? Where are you? I mean, I still am baffled that he sent her an Uber and it would absolutely show the Uber dropping her off at his home. I mean, I'm assuming there are surveillance videos around, and I don't know if these videos.
Oh my gosh, imagine the Uber driver just going about his day. Now he's getting summoned to court to be a witness, to be like, on this day, this and this day, do you recall dropping off a younger girl to this house? Did you actually drop her off, or was she not like actually in the car or something? This poor Uber driver guy was just, imagine, and oh my gosh.
Was at the home like overwrote themselves, but I would think it would show her, you know.
Or even imagine the Uber driver, like, this whole case popping off, and he's like, oh my gosh, I literally drove this little girl to her death and I didn't even know. Just imagine, like, he gets whoever, sorry, I shouldn't assume, who the individual who drove who was driving that Uber that night, like, he gets summoned into court, and then he's just like, oh my gosh, I didn't know at that time, but at that moment I literally drove this little girl to her, like, death. Yeah, because he didn't know. Oh my gosh.
Going into the home, getting out of the car. I don't recall.
Hello, and Antonio. Why am I having such a hard time? See, my brain it's just the time where my brain just
if we know what happened to those, but anyone chime in if you do.
Antonio,
so,
welcome.
And also,
coming on
this
here.
is I don't want to say this is the best part, but I guess this is again how stupid he is. After April 26th, he never attempted to contact her again. Not at all. Okay. So
see, like I mentioned earlier, like 1 minute you're just texting, and then just stops texting, right? Yeah, it just shows that, like, little sussy blanca. How does the Uber not question the fact that a young underage girl getting in a car like late at night or whatever. Actually, yeah, what time do they say? At approximately 11:30 p.m. April 23rd, 2025, he drove away from his home. So she got dropped off around like 10 or something. Hey, I mean, my guy, my Uber driver, he's just doing his job. He probably thinks she's getting dropped off at home. Like she's going home. Like, dang. And he's pulling up to Anaheim, or no, not Anaheim Hills. Hollywood Hills. It's like a bougie ass house, right? And so he's probably like, dang, this little girl's getting Ubered back home. She, like, you know, like, he probably don't even think that. He probably not even thinking anything like that. Like, I will not take that girl anywhere if she looks underage. Hey, that guy, he's just doing his job. Don't blame the guy. He's just doing his job. He's not supposed to be like, like, what is he gonna do? Like, be like, you know, I was about to say, oh, well, clip it? Don't clip it. Don't clip it. Please don't clip it. Don't clip it.
After he disposed of everything, he gets home early in the morning on April 24th before going to a radio interview for the release of his album that week. So yeah, that's pretty diabolical. Okay, so this is where it gets pretty rough. He subsequently purchased tools to carry out his plot to, you know what? He ordered a shovel from Home Depot.
He bought tools after.
Was delivered to his home from Postmates, and then he ordered 2 chainsaws to his home.
Postmates? My guy. Postmates? You can't, like, dude, he's doing these on the apps. And these apps collect his data. Like, it's not even his own data anymore. Like, Home Depot has cameras and receipts, yeah. But I was gonna say, like, are they able to, like, put, like, if you were to purchase it, like, can you use cash? Okay, you know, I shouldn't even be thinking like that. Like,
and a body bag, a heavy-duty laundry bag, and a blue inflatable pool.
No worries, no worries.
And he made these purchases under the fake name of Victoria Mendez. And he, by the way, the blue pieces of, well, we'll get here because it sort of matches the autopsy report. But on May 8th, 2025, he returned to the same area in Santa Barbara, leaving his home around 11:30, and then he returned to the area again on May 31st. Like, this is so Scott Peterson driving to the fishing wharf where he dumped Lacey Peterson's body. This is crazy. So he keeps going back. So he returned to the area on May 31st, and this is an isolated site off of SR 154 where the victim's identification was subsequently discovered in January of 2026. So that is crazy to me. He left her ID there, some kind of of 2026 before, where the victim's identification was subsequently discovered in January of 2026. So that is crazy to me. He left her ID there, some kind of ID. We know she didn't have a driver's license. I don't know what she carried, but police found it. And then on July 7th, 2025, he ordered the burn cage incinerator as, you know, under the fake name as part of his plan. So yeah, Steve Fisher told us all of this, just FYI. So he took horrifying measures to destroy and discard her body. After placing her body into the blue inflatable pool to prevent her blood from spilling onto the garage floor, he used a chainsaw and perhaps other tools to, you know what, I don't want to say it. The fragments were analyzed by the LAPD's Forensic Science Division, the Trace Analysis Unit, and they were able to make a physical match from the blue fragments in her body to the inflatable pool. So there you go. So then they go into the amputation of her fingers, and they also point out that they were never found, but also this is because her finger contained a tattoo of his name. I mean, I thought it was the but maybe that's, I don't know, I guess we'll find out. So then it says he placed her and her in the cadaver bag.
Oh, hello, Glizzlorian. I can't. Anyway, 6, hello, welcome. Thanks for coming on here. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the follow as well. Hope you're doing well. We're in the middle of listening to David's case.
He purchased, and her limbs in a garbage bag, which he deposited into the frunk, laying the cadaver bag on top. And then it says for weeks or possibly months, he did leave her body to decompose inside the Tesla. And it says he lied to his friends, business associates, and others who noticed this smell of decay around his home.
No. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the artist. His friends smelled it in his home? No.
Says he lied to his friends, business associates, and others who noticed this smell of decay around his home and vehicle. And before leaving on the concert tour at the end of July, he parked it on the street around the corner from his home. So I am baffled by this. Like I had said so many times, I just don't, why?
Y'all, imagine you walking into your friend's house and you get a whiff of, don't even know how to explain it because it's probably your first time smelling something like that. And then to later on find out, months later, that friend who told you don't worry about the smell killed somebody. And now you're getting little flashbacks of that little sense that you had months ago. Oh my god. Mikey, what the freak? Lucifer literally just slammed through the door. He just literally slammed the door open. That shit scared me. Hold on, y'all. Hi, baby. You want comida? Comida? Golly. Oh my gosh. The timing. Good golly. He scared me. Oh my. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You want comida? Hmm? Oh, you're such a handsome boy. Okay. But anyways, okay. I lost my trail of thought while I was talking before he came and scared me. Yep, that guy. I'm telling you, dude, did not think anything through. Didn't they? Wanna lay down? Here, lay down. No. Didn't they try blaming the manager? Did they? Did they try blaming him? Where is the Tesla footage? That's right. That there confirms that there's something wrong with them. Wouldn't that make them part of the case? Ooh, I'm leaving. Mother, I have arrived. Lucy also wants to watch food content. That's for real.
Why would you go through all this trouble and not? You guys, you understand what I'm saying? Why? You trouble. Yeah, I had said so many times. I just don't. Why would you go through all this trouble and not? You guys, you understand what I'm saying? Why? You do all this to not get caught, but she's in your car and you don't. It's horrible. This poor girl. Yeah, he is so stupid. Okay, so
this girl's
a search warrant was served. We know this in September 2025. So in the garage, when they searched, they discovered evidence consistent with the dismemberment of the victim's body and the inflatable pool, which contained multiple linear cuts. That's crazy. Several biological samples, which tested positive for blood, were collected within the garage area, and then the DNA analysis determined that various samples matched the victim's unique genetic profile. You know, I want to just be sure. What is it? Unique. We're doing this in real time here. I'm saying, what is a unique genetic profile when it comes to DNA match? Because I want to know how sure they are going to be when they present this in court. Because, you know, with the Brian Koberger case, you have genetic genealogy, which is not a sure thing. But a unique genetic profile in a DNA match refers to a DNA profile that is so specific, it can reliably distinguish one person from nearly everyone else. So in forensic terms, this means analysts have determined a set of DNA markers, most commonly.
It means we got your booty. We got you. Got him. That's what it means. That's what it means.
Tandem repeats at multiple locations. The combination of values creates a profile that is statistically extremely rare. So in practice, it means you can identify individuals. Got it. Okay. So this is pretty spot on, I would say. I mean, okay. So then we go into, you know, when it says the medical examiner ruled the victim's death a homicide. Okay. This might be, I don't want to say like the issue, but it says on December 9th. Okay. Ruled the victim's death a homicide caused by 2 penetrating injuries to the.
Oh wait, sorry, let me read the chat real quick. The old-fashioned way, or just not kill people at all, Marisol, you know? Or just not do that. You know, just not do it, you know what I mean? Ooh. Also, the song he made is crazy. Yeah, it's wild. I'm gonna take a TikTok break. Oh, Sock, no worries. Sorry. It is pretty heavy stuff. But hopefully we'll see you next time if you don't come back. Have a great night if you don't come back. Yeah, for real, that's what I'm saying. Ow. Do it the right way? I don't there's any right way to do
the
it,
torso.
to be honest.
And then it says, oh, it was her passport.
I don't really think there's any right way to do that, because like I said, God, he will whatever is hidden in the dark, God will make it be seen in the light. He will make it be known. And his interventions it's gonna win every time. Like Pasek brought up how like the car got towed and everything like that. Like I'm pretty sure that was not his plan. Pretty sure when that shit happened, he was like, ah, shit, the car got towed. But yeah, should get definitely. Oh,
found, by the way, in January, found by a Caltrans worker off the SR-154 in Santa Barbara.
I saw a video a few weeks ago about how in China, any crimes that has a minor involved, they instantly get death penalty. Like there is no if, and, or buts. Like if there's a crime against any minor at all, like in like assault or like any of that stuff, it's a death penalty like right away. Like China don't play. They don't play about like messing with kids. And some are saying that it's like it's what's it called? Like it's harsh, but because of that, there's not a lot of cases or crimes relating to minors. So it's scaring people not to like mess with. It's like if you're gonna do this stuff, then be prepared to die, basically. And so then I read the comments of that video, and they're like saying how like some comments were like saying like, oh, like America should take notes or yada yada yada. Some people were saying like it might be too harsh, but like before I leave, what is the right way of doing something like this? No, Sock, no. There is no right way. There's no right way. Just no right way. We don't promote any of that. There's just don't do it. You know? Save yourself the headache and just don't do it. You know what I mean? Just save your soul and your peace of mind and just don't do it. Okay? And just deal with your emotions by talking to someone. You know what I mean? By talking to someone. Yeah, by talking to someone. Golly. Do you think we're too soft here? How is it harsh? I say it's fair. People who say it's harsh, an eye for an eye. There are killers who got away with it. There have been. Maybe in this lifetime they might have gotten away with it, but they gonna be paying for it once their time up here is done. I know that for sure. And like, we think life is hard. Imagine hell is probably like infinity times worse. So they're gonna get what is coming. We love peace and God here. I will take. I'm done talking. I will take action. Wait, girl, what do you mean you'll take action? Marisol, what do you mean? What do you mean? Huh?
Barbara, yeah, that's huge. That's really huge. He's a dummy. He is like so stupid. Okay, the one thing I'll say is, the medical examiner, they did the autopsy in September. They had all of the information.
Marisol, you don't mean to. You when you say take action, you don't. Okay, good.
So it was a few months, until they determined that it was a homicide. I am just pointing out, I know everybody is so sensitive when I point things out objectively, but, relax. That is something that the defense might harp on and say, well, they should have determined it in September, but they didn't, I don't know. I just feel like they're going to pluck that out and try to do something with it. Okay. So the evidence, the people will present the following evidence at the prelim hearing, including but not limited to, oh, this is hard. Okay. The description of photographs depicting her not wearing clothes, as well as when she was engaged with him in SA when she was 13. So yeah, guys, SA, not consensual. She was 13. Numerous text messages about the pregnancy, Plan B, abortions, whatever. These messages that prove he continued to manipulate her as she messaged, quote, all we do is have sex and hang out. Man, I want more than that for myself. Sad. Cellular activity.
Yo, when I was 13, I was not thinking about checks at all. Oh, like doing it like 13? How old when you're 13? Is that a freshman? 8th grade? Okay, well, maybe that might. Actually, I don't. Okay. I don't know.
Derived from his iPhone and Tesla, which demonstrate activities from April 22nd to the 24th, including the Santa Barbara trip in the middle of the night after she arrived at his home, surveillance video of him driving the Tesla on July 29th, 2025 for the last time before parking the vehicle and leaving it on tour at the end of July, DNA evidence from the bloodstains collected in the garage matching her profile, proof of the Amazon purchases, proof of the shovel purchases from Home Depot, Uber records from Celeste, from him going from her house to his house, and then proof of his career. And then text messages between David and Celeste where she threatened to expose and destroy his career. Okay.
That is just a stacked pile of just evidence upon evidence upon evidence upon evidence. Dude, like I'm telling you, like his attorneys are gonna have to play like I don't even know. Yeah, 6, she was 13. It's just, oh my head. Okay. On COD, flow state on COD. What was I doing when I was 13? I think I was getting ready to move down to California. Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
Girl, I feel like I really genuinely do want to like throw up a little bit or something. I just don't feel right here. As big Mac activities and thought we had McDonald's sponsorship. I'm dead. Big Back activities. Oh yes, we do promote Big Back activities here. We do.
Also, did you guys notice it did say her family took away her phone? Everybody crapping on her family. I don't know her family, but like, I just feel like I've done this before. Leave the family alone until you know more, I guess. I mean, they are clearly grieving their child. Not every parent always can make the right decision all the time. Parents do the best they can. I don't know what was going on in their home. I have no idea. But by taking a kid's phone away, that does show me that they were trying at some point. You know, if she was sneaking out, whatever. I mean, I just feel like we got to stop the judgment at some point and just let things sort of play out. But I wanted to go over this with you. I mean, I guess my question is, I know they found her ID in January. They seem to have a lot of evidence too, though, up until January. I am just so surprised that it took so long. And why also would you, I guess my other question is, why would you convene a grand jury when you had all of this? This seems like probable cause, you know, from the get-go, with the DNA match of her blood, with the phone records. And I know the phone records don't take that long. So I am, I'm confused, but again, more will come out. And yeah, this doesn't look good for him. He doesn't look good, but I am interested in what his...
Yeah, I agree with her. I know what she's gonna say. I'm also interested to see what his attorneys pull out of their booty. I'm just joking, not out their booty, but I'm very interested to see what their counterattacks are, or like how they're gonna try to persuade us that he is not guilty. These accusations or these allegations, new vocabulary word, these allegations, they're tough. It's tough to beat. All right, enough of this. I don't want to really listen to more because it's kind of, it's making me scared of the world. McDonald's sponsorship, I'm dead. They have any drinks? What kind of drinks? People on TikTok are defending him because his music is good. Okay, I like his music, but it's not like that good to the point where I'm gonna defend him. Like, what? I'm surprised that there's people defending him. Maybe they're one of those people who is like innocent until proven guilty. Maybe that's them, but I don't know. These allegations are pretty. They line up. They line up, like especially about how her phone, how they were texting back and forth, and then like he starts trying to like backtrack to like cover up his tracks, and then it just goes cold. After that, it's like he just, all right, I did enough to show that, like, come on, like we gotta put two and two, like, you know what I mean? I was too busy watching Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh yeah, I had no time to take boys when I was always fighting with them. When I was 13, I did have my first boyfriend. I was like 13. But like we didn't do any of like that type of stuff like that. That's a big no-no. That it was just like a little like kiss. That's about it. Innocent, very innocent, pure, childish love, or not even love, just crush or whatever. Anyways, but as a defense attorney, you gotta know that there's no way of defending. But that's what I'm saying though. Like I feel like these attorneys, defense attorneys, can't you pick who you fight for? Like if a client comes to you, you can decide if you want to take them or not, right? That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like if you feel like you can't defend them, then you wouldn't take them. So I'm that's why I'm kind of like, if they took him, oh wait, no, maybe I don't even. I think like when you get arrested, don't you just get like it's just you get an attorney just by law or something like that? I don't even know the law. I don't even know. Oh my gosh, Marisol, don't girl. Oh, baby. They got a new blue Sprite. Ooh, dirty Dr. Pepper. Dirty? Like they put some creamer or something in there? Oh man, that sounds good. Like a Dr. Float? How do we do that? For real, how do we do that? You would just get a public defender? um, but like, do I have to lie? I'm not gonna just lie. If I don't like something, I'm not gonna lie just to get a sponsorship though. You know what I mean? Anyways, okay, let's see some videos. Let's do some 10K challenges. Or this one. This one has 5.8 mils views.
What happens when a 160-pound bodybuilder swaps diets with a former 660-pound streamer?
I'll be eating the diet that made him his heaviest, and he'll be eating the diet that got me to my most shredded. Can we survive each other's biggest struggles?
I don't think this is going to do it for me.
And who will break first?
I don't know if I need one. But first we need to take our weights to see how much we lose and gain. My starting weight,
sponsor,
171.6. Ethan's starting weight, 442.2. Ready to eat?
Absolutely.
Starting with the most important meal of the day, breakfast. Ethan, are you excited?
I don't know what I'm looking at here, man.
Well, I'll tell you what you're looking at. You got a nice bodybuilding friendly
Pasek,
scramble, 250 grams of egg whites, 2 whole eggs,
I saw his other
some
ones
green
too.
onions, and on top, feeling a little bit fancy, you got some black sesame seeds, my friend. It's
Oh,
only
we watched some
299 calories and 40 grams of protein.
Wow.
But I need to know, what is in this bowl? What is this amalgamation?
Oh, this is the breakfast of champions.
That's what we're calling this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 black bean burgers.
Wait, let me pause you there. Black
I
bean
don't
burger
wanna
in a breakfast
lie.
scramble?
Yeah, dude. It's like
I
a
don't
hash
wanna
brown
lie.
with a little more taste.
All right, sorry to interrupt.
3 apple Gouda brats, 5 scrambled eggs, and a mound of cheese.
And this is 1,800 calories, 142 grams of protein. You're getting your protein in with 199 grams of fat. 119. My 119 grams of fat. The crazy part about this, they're the same amount of volume, and it's 6 times the amount of calories.
It's so weird, like seeing this meal put together for the first time in so long.
That just goes to show you how far you've come.
I should mention, this is Ethan Bernard. He used to weigh a staggering 660 pounds, but in just 15 months, he's turned his life around and is now down over 200 pounds. But to get up to 660, he had to eat a ridiculous amount of calories every day, something I'm not sure I can do.
I'm starting to feel this sit heavy in the stomach right now. You know when you feel it just kind of slide slowly down your stomach?
Oh
Don't worry,
yes.
this has enough.
Sorry, I should have done a little quick transition. Yeah, we're transitioning. We're no longer talking about Dave anymore because that's just heavy. I am looking forward to the trial though, to see. Fair. But think about the money you can get.
Enough fat to lubricate.
Nah, I don't. If I have to lie to get the money, that just don't feel right. I would not do that. 1,800 calories for breakfast is not.
But I knew I had way bigger meals ahead of me, so I continued to push through.
David Goggins, 1,800 calorie breakfast.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks good.
So what's your current breakfast right now? Like what will be a typical morning?
Lately, I've been trying to drink a protein shake when I get up, 30 grams of protein without having to think about it. I utilize fasting a lot to lose weight. For the first year of losing weight, I ate in a 4-hour eating period.
And why were you doing that?
I was told that with the fat burning, oh, go that long without eating, you burn more calories or whatever, that's what I was buying. I don't know if that's true or not.
It's not. That's the whole thing with misinformation.
If I
What
had
it comes
to
down
pick,
to,
question. If you had to pick one fast food place to get a life card to go to, which one would you pick? At first I was gonna say Wingstop, but then I was like, dude, I'm gonna get tired of Wingstop, bro, because all they have is just wings and tenders and chicken sandwich. I need to pick a place that has a variety. So what's a place that I would love to get? Burger King. Wow. Okay, interesting. I think either because In-N-Out, but that's all they sell. So it's like I'm gonna just be eating burgers every day. Okay, wait, actually, I'm thinking life cards. You can get it whenever you want. Wendy's good too. Not okay if a life card and it's not like what you have to eat. If it's not something you have to eat every single day, then okay, yeah. Then I'll say Wingstop. I probably have to say Wingstop. Chipotle is valid. It's true, valid. That is valid. Chipotle. Wendy's, yeah. I was thinking maybe Taco Bell too. Maybe Taco Bell. Okay, now let's change the question to if you had to pick one fast food place to eat for the rest of your life, every single day, which one would you pick? It's only the right answer. Chipotle. Okay. I'm gonna say y'all might agree with me for this, but I'm gonna say Yak in the Box. If I'm eating one fast food place for the rest of my life, I'm gonna say Yak in the Box. They have a good variety of things that I can like try every single day and switch it up a little bit. Chicken, burger, salad. They even got some egg rolls in there. Dick's Drive-In? Oh, I've never been to Dick's. I haven't had their mini sliders. I haven't had Yak in the Box in so long. Because usually Yak in the Box is what I'll get after a night of drinking, and I have not drank in so long, so therefore, no Yak in the Box. Panda Express? Okay. He's not mad at me anymore. I'm so happy. My son and I, we've made up. The Dr. Pepper Strawberry Cream Shake. Who has that? Yak in the Box has that? Yeah, that sounds fire. What the heck? Dude, once I'm off this cut, all the food things that I've been missing out on.
In a calorie deficit.
I'm glad to hear Ethan already asking questions, because I don't only want to tackle his old diet. I want to leave him with some tips that can make this easier for him in the long run. But as we started seeing the bottom of our bowls,
I don't know how much you usually clean your plate, but I'm getting pretty dang close here.
I said something I might regret later.
Last bite. I got the rest of this day, no problem. I'm highly debated, I don't know if I can eat more. And now it is on to the pre-workout meal, or for Ethan, it was just lunch, right?
Yeah, there wasn't any working out going on.
So what are we making here?
We're making the ultimate nachos.
Let's see how to make them.
We're literally just gonna dump an entire bag of Doritos.
An entire bag?
It would either be an entire normal size bag, or I would buy a family size bag and split it.
You were using reason. You would only do half the
I would
family
only
size
eat
bag.
half of the family size bag.
Right.
And then we're going to dump an entire bag of Mexican cheese right on top.
Entire bag of Doritos.
That
entire
looks
bag
really
of Mexican
good.
Yeah,
cheese.
it's simple. You don't have to measure anything.
Yeah, no measuring allowed.
Knowing what I know now and looking back on some of these meals, I can't imagine how much water.
Well, let's look at the bag of Doritos. 170 milligrams of sodium times 9 servings. So you're looking at about like 1,500 milligrams of sodium. The cheese, oh yeah, dude, you're looking at like 4,000 milligrams of sodium right there. Now it's time for you to insert. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Right on.
And while the cheese gets ooey gooey, it gave me enough time to prepare the meal that I really wish I was eating right now. Because when the nachos were done, there was only one thing I could say.
These look insane.
Come on,
They're not
add
even
some
done
meat
yet. I don't
to
think enough
that. Add
sodium
some
on that
meat to
tray,
the
man. You gotta add
nachos.
some hot sauce
Come
on top.
on.
Of course, you have to add some hot sauce on top.
That
They're
looks
nachos. Let's go crazy.
plain.
Sodium on top of your sodium. I got some hot sauce on this bowl right here for you. This is my famous, what I call the pre-intent. 1 entire head of romaine lettuce, 2
And you
servings
gotta
of
add
GQ
the other
sugar-free Polynesian sauce. We have
nachos.
150 grams of white
I mean,
jasmine
the
rice,
other nacho
93.7
cheese.
grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef, and like I said, some Texas Pete right over the top. I think it's time to taste test. Oh, I got
You like
Just turned into an amalgamation.
Really?
That's nostalgic.
Yeah.
I probably haven't had a nacho cheese Dorito, not kidding, 10 years.
It's been a while for me too, actually.
You've been killing
It's
it.
so crazy. I used to literally make that as like a late night snack. I wasn't even like a dick.
2,100 calories and 145 grams of fat. In this meal, we got mainly protein and carbs, because for your pre-workout meal, you want it lower fat, you want a higher carb amount to really fuel your workout, and then also have some protein in there so that we're getting our protein in. You got the perfect pre-workout meal in front of you, sir. I'm curious to see how this does as a pre-workout meal, but I think we better start digging in.
And although I had my work cut out for me,
An entire bag of Doritos.
so did Ethan, because his bowl was going to take a while to eat as well.
Yeah, you're speaking my language with the romaine. I use lettuce for volume
Glass
a lot.
Man
Now that I'm trying to
Jr.
stay in the
Thank you for the
And
follow.
as we were crushing our meals, I wanted to dig a little deeper into what got Ethan to his heaviest.
So question for you, did you ever get full eating meals like this?
I don't think I ever really knew how to gauge physical hunger. It would take a big meal, like the breakfast that we had earlier, for me to feel any
Wait,
resemblance.
how much was the
Like
calories?
satiety, like, oh wow, I don't need
6?
to eat
How much
more.
was
So would
it?
you say that's some sort of like addiction to food?
For sure.
Like just, you can't get enough.
Yeah, I mean, I was 200 pounds by the time I was 9.
No.
It's safe to say like the food addiction was just something.
Did he say he was 200 pounds when he was 9?
So it's always been there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can you remember a time where food wasn't your biggest like thought?
I think it's gotten worse.
Really?
Yeah. When I was a kid, you know, you don't have the same focus.
2100?
So like, I wasn't really thinking about food at all. I was just eating because I liked eating and I was bored.
Yep.
Right? But as it developed, I find myself, especially now that I'm conscious of it, constantly thinking about it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wiener Schnitzel?
Like you're like, oh, there's this guy that's in such good shape
brother,
online.
not
Like
the
he can't
boiled
possibly think about food.
weenie.
I'm thinking about food all day long
No,
because
I
it's
literally
like that.
had,
Like I said, I haven't had a
Wiener
nacho
Schnitzel,
cheese
like, I
Dorito.
don't know, a few
in
years
how
ago,
long? We all
and
struggle with
I
our own
was
battles,
like,
right? Anyway, how's your
This
meal?
shit is good.
It's balanced, right?
The sugar-free sauce is really interesting. How are you doing over there?
good.
Take it away.
Back
Good.
And although I was feeling good
I
right
never
now,
went
I had
back,
already
never
been
went
eating for
back.
10 minutes,
I haven't even made a dent.
and the worst part was
dissected
each bite started getting
the-
harder and
Check
harder
out
to eat.
the
How do I
little
still only have a third of my
Glass
meal
Man
left?
Jr.
How is
Thank
this
you for the
possible?
Yeah, you're
sub.
about halfway
Appreciate it.
The flavor fatigue started hitting
took out the
hard.
little
Everything
boiled
tastes the
wiener,
same.
I'm
Like
what is
flavor-wise,
this?
I would not want to take
What
another
is
bite.
And it
this?
made me not just worried, but scared for what was to come.
My stomach hurts. Like
I
actually,
was
like
mad
this is the
because I
first
was
time in a very
craving a
long time my
hot
stomach
dog and it
hurts.
If this was how the rest
disappointed
of the day
so
would
bad.
look, there was no way I could finish. And I knew the scale would say a ridiculous number tomorrow morning.
But I'm doing this for you guys.
In
Click
high
the
school,
subscribe
but you're
button.
tall
Like 80% of you
though,
that watch
Pascal.
this
You're
video
like
are
6
not
something.
subscribed.
And before I call it quits, I wanted to get
You're
Ethan's
over
blessing.
6
This is about
foot.
good.
Absolutely.
Pre-workout meal, guys.
The final
The
crumb.
final crumb
The
with
fact that
these
he ate
cheesy
all
ass
that.
fingers.
Sheesh.
You just put me through torture. I think I'm about to do the same thing. to
Hello,
you.
Glass
Can
Man
you
Jr.
take it
Thank
easy
you
on
for
me?
joining us.
I think you're gonna need this pre-workout. Let's go.
I
And I
hope you
wasn't
like,
kidding. I pushed
know,
Ethan from the
food.
very start.
We
Yeah, give me one more.
We love
Give me one more,
talking
that's all
and
you.
watching.
Because I wanted to leave him with a memory of what he was actually capable of.
It's not my usual workouts, that's for sure.
And of course, the true experience of being on a bodybuilding prep. And we continued to train hard, each for different reasons. I knew what I ate earlier wasn't going to make me feel great at the gym. But if I didn't train, there was no way I could finish my meals later. Which is why
I'm just going for calorie burn today, man. As much movement on my body as possible.
But as we neared the end of the workout, I wasn't too sure if I had pushed him too hard. But then Ethan said,
I feel like this is the level of fatigue I should feel every time I go to the gym.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you ain't pushing yourself like this, you're doing yourself a disservice. You know what I say? The only person you're cheating is yourself. Ain't nobody else care that you in here. I can't slap the calories out from your hand 2,000 miles away.
Yeah.
You can stop it, I can't.
and after just a few more hard sets in the workout, I realized it was time for my torture again.
You ready to eat more food?
I'm hungry.
Let's do it. And funny enough, our dinners are both chicken and rice. But don't worry, there is a large calorie discrepancy here. Ethan, where does that come from? Tell me what's in this.
3 cups of cooked rice.
3. Okay.
3
And
cups?
between 14 and 16 ounces of cooked chicken thigh.
I'm no stranger to a pound of meat, but that is a lot to eat, brother. I will tell you what.
But hey,
and then what do we
like, you know, that's what if he's eating this, like, you know, other people who are on the heavier side usually they'll eat like pizza or like 3 pizzas or like six burgers or something. So chicken and rice, like,
We have
that's
over
not
top.
bad.
Just some liquid aminoos.
And this is how many calories?
I think it's about 1,500.
1,500.
Okay, well, little difference here. My chicken and rice, we got a nice bed of that garden salad, sugar-free sweet chili sauce, 120 grams of white jasmine rice, 130 grams of chicken breast, because we're keeping it lean and mean. And then over the top, we got them Chipotle Tabasco. I actually have a special ingredient. You get a guac cup with this for some nice healthy fats that you can put on the side right there.
Thursday,
483
yay!
calories and 40-something
Go
grams of
ham
protein.
too.
I've realized I ain't eating a single veggie today, but it's okay. We'll go with this.
Vegetables definitely weren't a priority back then for me.
Priority, or did they not exist?
They might not have existed. The flavor's good, dude.
Is it? Yeah. You can eat in a calorie deficit
Not for
and
me,
still
not
have good
yet.
flavor.
You guys are in the
Absolutely. You gotta know what
future.
you're
Not
doing.
for
Apparently,
me.
gotta use sugar-free sauces.
You need these sugar-free sauces in here.
And while Ethan was actually enjoying his meal, for the first time today, I thought,
There's not enough flavor in it.
No?
No.
Oftentimes, my mom would make a big batch of brown rice, and we would make like 2 packs of chicken thighs in the oven. So me, not really having like any sort of sense of portions, I would just load it up. I guess for me, it's simple enough. I enjoy just that flavor.
Oh, I enjoy it.
It could definitely be improved upon.
Correct.
this meal goes to show you that you can be eating healthy foods, but if you're eating too much, you'll still gain weight. Which made me curious what Ethan's biggest struggle has been on his journey so far.
What's been the hardest thing about this deficit, food-wise, like taste-wise for you?
Snacks.
I'm just going in the pantry, getting whatever you want.
Because, dude, like, there's not a lot of great low-calorie snacks. Chips, are never going to be
There
low
are
calorie.
now.
That's not
There are
existing,
some
right?
better.
Some
There
protein
are
chips
some
for a taco
better,
night do give you a little bit of sanity, but
low-calorie
they're not
snacks
low
now.
calorie. You still have the budget
And
for it. The quantity of
protein.
snacks I
Protein
used to eat would
snacks.
take up an entire day
Hella
of eating for me
protein
now. That's where the cravings hit the hardest, is like at
And
night
as
when
a
I'm out of
protein
calories,
junkie,
when I'm used to just snacking on whatever the hell I want, and then I like anything I do puts me
way
off
over
track for the day.
And as we talked about snacks, it reminded me to tell Ethan.
This is your last carbs for the day, by the way. So, well, savor it. All the carbs right around the workout window. You got 120 grams of rice in there. You got a little bit of healthy fat from the guac just to slow down the digestion a little bit, because when I'm on prep, I want to feel a little bit fuller for a little bit longer, and then just as much lettuce as I could house without bringing the calories up.
So to add on to that, you said these were the last carbs for the day. I know you weren't in
But they're
fat loss by
expensive.
any means, like you were
True.
prepping.
That's fat loss.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, prepping is trying to get as shredded as possible.
Okay, so is there actually a fat loss benefit to cutting out carbs in the evening?
It's literally just comes down to calories. The reason why my carbs were meal 2 and 3 is because that was around my workout. I'm using the carbs for my workout, and then I'm replenishing my carbs right after the
That's
workout.
same
That
with
is
me
the
too.
only reason why the carbs are
I
centered
only
around
eat
that. If I
carbs
was
before
training
my
near my
workout
last meal
and
of the day,
after
it
my
would be meal
workout,
4 and
and
5.
then
A lot of
after
people have been like, oh, you shouldn't be eating
For
carbs.
dinner,
No, as long as you're within your calories for the day, don't matter.
And when we scraped up our last little bites of chicken,
We're getting down to the wire here, both of us.
I
Oh, yeah. And I
bulk
can't
on,
believe
like,
I'm saying this.
veggies
Another
for
1,500
dinner.
calorie meal.
Like I have like a big
Is down the
salad.
hatch.
but by this point in the day, Ethan typically didn't feel like cooking anymore. So I packed up my meal prep for him to eat, and we headed off to his favorite fast food restaurant.
Oh,
This
this
is
is
the
not.
spot.
You like Wendy's?
Oh,
Wendy's nuts pitter patter on your chin.
oh, that was
get
a,
inside.
that was just a.
What can I get for you guys?
He's ordering for me.
We're gonna do a large number 8 combo.
And that reaction was before I knew the rest of his order or what was about to come later.
Oh my goodness, Ethan. This is a monstrosity. How many calories is this?
I have no idea, man.
Do you want to find out?
Snack
Let's do it.
So Macro Factor is going to tell me real fast.
I
Tell
did
me what
miss
is
the
exactly
joke,
in this meal.
sorry.
Starting
Sorry,
out with an
Pascal,
Asiago
sorry.
Ranch Chicken Club.
Boom.
A spicy chicken sandwich.
Spicy chicken sandwich.
10-piece spicy nugget.
10 chicken nuggets.
And a large fry.
Fries. Which brings the total to 2,023 calories, 88 grams of protein, 108 grams of fat, and 173 grams of carbs, which, congratulations, is more than you're eating the entire day. But I logged all of that in Macro Factor in under 1 minute, and they said they give you a complimentary membership, Casey, or the link in front of me. But for you, Mr. Ethan, welcome to Bodybuild. Grams of crispy flank steak and 85 grams of Brussels sprouts. But get this is the time of night where I give you Diet Barks root beer.
I hate root beer.
No, you hate root beer?
Yeah. No, listen, bro. Diet.
And hey, anything right now, right? Anything right now is pretty good. You hate
Pretty
Diet
much.
root beer?
I mean, I don't care if it's diet or not. I'm just not
I
a root beer
miss
guy.
Wendy's.
Why did they give me so many fries? That's what
I
I
want
need
a
to know. This is not a
Baconator.
large fry. This is an extra large fry. They said, that boy over
And
here
their
needs to put
fries-
on some weight. We gonna give him a real large
That's a
fry.
large. This looks a
Their
little
fries
dry
is
compared
nice
to the
and
past
salty.
meals. Was that by design?
That's how I
Your boy
like
forgot
them.
some sauce.
Okay.
But this is a meal where like I don't want sauce on my steak.
Based off of first impressions, I don't think this is gonna do it for me, but I'm not opposed to trying it.
I'll give you a little bit of flavor. I gotta say, I've not had fast food like this in so long.
I haven't either, dude. Seeing that meal is wild.
That just goes to show you how much progress, like,
Triple
you
Baconator?
genuinely have made in your journey.
I'll
'cause
be
I'm
right
sure
there with
even
the past
what, a
stack.
year
I
ago,
want triple Baconator
there's no way
too.
this was gonna happen.
I think I would have been able to like stick
That
to the play
just
like I have today.
nice,
but I wouldn't
salty,
have complaining more
cheesy
probably.
goodness.
Like seriously, like man to man, I'm super proud of you, dude.
I appreciate that.
Because I know it's certainly not easy.
And you know, that's the most frustrating part, having gotten so far and having more understanding of like nutrition and dieting and calorie deficits than I ever have, but still slipping up and like not being able to be as consistent as I'd
all
like to be. I
their-
mean,
is
obviously
that all
everybody
their
can always
meals?
grow in terms of like self-discipline and consistency.
they
Like, I
all
had
meals?
my first big slip up this past couple months.
What
So
are
like
you
the first
getting?
time I had a weekend where I binged.
I'll tell you right now
Dessert?
the way I feel.
Now, the large Frosty back when I ordered this meal,
He got
Don't forget 15 grams of almond butter mixed in for nice
Ooh, and a
richness.
cream.
It's no secret what you got me here. It says it on the cup. That sweetness is hitting right now after all that wind.
better than I expected considering it's water.
It's literally a protein shake.
Frozen protein shake.
Imagine you're literally eating 1,800 calories every day, but you got that to look forward to at the end of the night.
It's probably a little piece of sanity.
Probably. It's the only thing that was keeping me going, brother.
Definitely after
Throughout
my
this
cut,
experiment,
I'll
I
be
realized
doing a little
most of us
series
struggle
where
with
I
food.
just eat things that I've been craving. Hello, Sock. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. What? Struggle meals? Alright, one last video. We're gonna do struggle meals. And then I want to see if any
Every
of you
mission
guys,
is critical.
if any of you guys,
Across land, sea,
any of y'all
air,
had any of
space,
these meals.
and sight.
It's that time of the year again when Future Canoe comes to tell you that you never know when life is gonna kick you in the crotch, give you a wedgie, and spit on your face. Always good to learn struggle meal recipes. This time, besides submissions from all over the world.
For me, okay, I don't know if this is like a struggle meal. Do you guys know the Vienna sausages? I don't know if it's a struggle meal, but it's just something I really enjoy doing. But you guys know like those Vienna sausages? Good night, Six you're coming on here. Good night. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Yeah, so those Vienna sausages, I'll get some rice, and then I'll mash up all the Vienna sausages into the rice, so it will be like this pink and white kind of mixture. And then I'll add soy sauce to it as if the Vienna sausages aren't salty already. And that would be, I would thoroughly enjoy that. Just that Yeah, and if I want to get fancy, can add a little bit of eggs in there. Cook up an egg, scrambled egg, and put that in there. And that would be it. But yeah. Just Love Island videos that haven't pissed me off. You watch Love Island? I haven't watched Love Island in so long. Maybe we can, are we able to watch Love Island on here?
World, we're adding a category at the end called the diabolical round. These recipes are indistinguishable from your attempts of killing me. Starting with the best place are Lick My Gangster recipes. First dish submitted by our lovely member Emo Memo is called Miniman. Apparently it's a traditional Turkish dish, but I've never heard of it. And every time I say Miniman, I just think of how Kevin Hart goes.
Get the fuck out of here.
2 types of Turkish style pepper. I don't know what those are. Like Anaheim pepper. Why so specific? Like,
Yeah,
does
because
that
the
make a
Vienna
difference? It's not like we're
sausages,
cooking a
the
Thai
little
green curry
cans are
with
just
Jamie
like, what, I
Oliver.
don't know, like $1 or
less
something?
than 1 chili
But
per
they're
person.
Thankfully, I
tasty.
found
They're
a green
so
pepper in my
tasty.
fridge, which has the magical power of imposing mold onto any ingredient.
And
Let's not be
rice,
superficial.
we
What's
always
on
got
the
rice
inside
in the
matters. Oh,
rice
it's still
cooker.
good. Nice.
Yeah, we're Asian
Heat olive
household, we
oil in
always
the
got
pan
rice.
and then cook onions for 4 to 5 minutes. Once it gets lightly golden, we'll put in the peppers for another 3 to 4. Grate tomatoes in a box grater on this institutionally gray plate. This is not an efficient way. Let it simmer till it's lightly dry. I really don't feel like opening a can of tomato paste just to put in a tablespoon and it starts growing mold. I'm gonna try to stop that reputation about me. This year, 2026, Future Canoe.
Ooh, okay, am I able to watch Love Island on Twitch? You know, before starting my stream today, I saw someone streaming a basketball game. I thought that wasn't allowed. If I could stream a basketball game, I would freaking watch basketball with y'all. What? Good eats.
Will be mold-free. We'll replace it with some ketchup. There's MSG in ketchup, so it should theoretically improve the dish. When everything in the pan is reducing and simmering, we'll lightly beat some eggs, pour it on top. Try not to move it and just let it gently cook and steam in the pan. The goal is to get it creamy and juicy. And finally, we'll just finish with salt, pepper, chili flakes, and serve on white bread. I guess the difference between this and a shakshuka is shakshuka has whole eggs and these are beaten. Smells really good. Less spices than shakshuka, but I imagine it will be spicier. I love how the sauce is dried up and the eggs know that. The cooking method is very easy. It has a 3-tier system. The first tier on the bottom will be dry noodles. The second tier, some chopped frozen vegetables. And the top tier will be our protein, Chinese sausage. Not gonna lie, this looks like a normal sausage that got left in the dirt for 10 years and zombie tier will be tier system. The first tier on the bottom will be dry noodles. The second tier, some chopped frozen vegetables. And the top tier will be our protein, Chinese sausage. Not gonna lie, this looks like a normal sausage that got left in the dirt for 10 years and zombified.
This is not a sugar meal. I don't think it's a sugar meal.
It tastes great.
Well, okay, I should not say that. I should not be invalidating someone else's. Yeah, I should not say
Oh, it looks like I'm working at a dim sum spot. Wait, is that racist? Okay, no way. I'm gonna drop in.
They actually got permission from NBA to do it. Oh.
Soy sauce, sesame oil. This looks like what Europeans think Chinese
Sports are
food
very
is.
tricky on Twitch. Oh,
This tastes like a high school classroom party. I'm gonna have to give it a 5. Definitely won't be finishing this plate. Chinese sausage is good though. And I just checked nutrition at AF. Looking at the ingredients, a lot of sugar. I mean, sugar is helpful for those situations, but I recommend starving to best.
Condensed milk?
Holy, pour it into our container. And just let it chill till it comes to room temperature. The grape
Condensed
into this
milk
little
and
jar.
grapes.
Back into the fridge to chill while we wait. The simple ganache. Just mixing
This is
chocolate
a
into the
sugar
cream.
meal?
All chilled out. Last
This
layer of
actually
chocolate
looks-
ganache.
sounds like a
Creamed grape
nice-
chocolate cake. Family asked me to eat this while crying.
This is kind of I would try this. What? To commemorate the games with their community. Oh, I see.
But
this looks
tears only
good.
drip down my
I would
thighs, not my
try
eyes, so
this.
we'll just eat it straight up like this. Like a porridge.
I mean,
This
straight
extremely
diet.
rich condensed milk chocolate goo kind of coats your mouth, but as soon as you bite into the grapes, the juice spurs out, kind of washes it, makes it more refreshing. The amount of sugar did release a lot of dopamine in my brain, so I think it's replaceable to therapy. Our next recipe is extremely straightforward, submitted by Gunnar from Denver. And Gunnar is 13 years old, being extremely responsible spending his parents' money on a Future Canoe membership, so we gotta try this one. Basically an ice cream sandwich. That whiff of cheesy corn you get whenever you open a Dorito bag, something romantic about it. Alright, here's our sandwich. I have a great feeling about this.
Oh yeah, I need to try this. I need to try this one day. Some chips and ice cream, sweet and salty. I mean, it's a pretty good combo, right? I bought any of these so far.
Cheers to Gunnar. That's such a great balance of flavor. A little bit of saltiness from the ice cream, a lot of saltiness from the chips. I think what makes it great is the combination of the creaminess and that subtle corn flavor. It's almost like eating creamed corn with extra seasoning. I can totally see these
If
little
you're
ice cream
having a
sandwiches being
struggle
served
meal,
at a
I don't
football
think I'll be getting Haagen-Dazs.
party and getting everybody addicted. I'll give Gunnar a 9 out of 10. Must be tough being this smart at 13. Our channel members never disappoint. If you want access to my personal email, my 4 favorite countries. How did I pick these? Early on in the video, as we're about to start blending some chicken liver. It's really cheap. About a pound
Chicken
of it.
liver? As a sugar meal? No. Where is he getting these? Okay, no, I should not be again. I should not be done. Sorry.
Processed? Yeah, we have
Is
a
that a sugar meal
process.
that looks-
We hand select, hand trim, hand spice, hand taste, then we cook out the water the other guys make you pay for. So we can leave in more of the flavor you
thing for the chicken liver would be mayo.
Mayo!
One time I accidentally ate a whole jar of mayo and I had to catch a flight. While I was half asleep on the flight, I let out a little fart. There was an old man sitting next to me. He freaked out and started blasting the overhead AC. That was pretty awkward.
Chicken
liver
liver?
layered cake. Kind of like a cursed tiramisu. The secret to a moist cake is chicken liver. Oh, that is so
With
moist.
mayo and
Those two blended
parm.
onions are so overpowering that I can barely taste the liver. It's just that aftertaste of that irony, bloodiness. And thank God for mayo and cheese because it just overtakes the mouthfeel. This kind of tastes like one of those Korean scallion pancakes. So much better than expected. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. This was not bad. Oh, nice. Look, it's from your game.
I've had this.
Do we
This
even need to
with
slice
rice.
this? Like, what
It's
is
actually
corned
not
beef? This
bad.
just looks so nasty. Looking like a
corned
roadkill. I
beef
guess now we
is
have never ending
actually
wacky
not
fat.
bad.
Gotta take advantage of it. Bunch of
With
onions. I didn't
rice?
realize cooking anything with tallow makes it taste like steak. Kind of a life hack. Potatoes, few minutes. Bread in, or corned beef. I think this will be my first and last time of using. I'm so convinced this is how people make dog food. Am I being trolled here? Is this how it's supposed to look like? I'm gonna attempt to try to save it by adding some white truffle paste.
Okay, mine
Practicing
did
witchcraft
not
over
look
here.
like
Okay,
that.
once it turns
Well,
into kind of a
actually,
sauce, we can turn the heat off. And very quickly we'll make waffles to go with it. First,
Yeah,
add some
it did.
Aunt Jemima.
it wasn't as liquidy, but
The only normal thing in this recipe. What I'm about to do right now will seem very, very triggering, so you have been warned.
What?
We're really stepping into a brand new level of struggle meal. It not only looks like one, smells like one, but it also conceptually makes me mentally struggle too. I wish there's the ligma fork to counteract the curse. Spread them. Can't believe this is going into my mouth right now. Why the maple syrup? It's not as bad as I kicked my finger out earlier. Described as a girl holy sheet.
pretty sure we haven't had any of these.
Mayo. That's not vegan. And sriracha. The preferred topping of this subscriber is kimchi. Here comes the most important part of the recipe. She said that we have to eat it hunched over the kitchen counter. I mean, that's how I normally eat anyways. Roll it up, cut it diagonally like a sandwich. Actually looking pretty good.
White truffle
Yeah, I like how cold it is,
paste
honestly.
for
It's like a great
sugar-
appetizer.
yeah,
I didn't know raw
no.
dog and tofu could be so enjoyable. I'll give this a 9 out of 10.
Wait,
What a
where
great
are
hack.
these
Not that I
sugar
have
meals
college students
from?
struggling so far. Next video, the submissions into tofu, a very ripe banana, frozen fruit, about a cup of Greek yogurt. And we're supposed to sweeten it with like honey. It looks amazing. Love the shade of pink. Well,
These are
cheers,
just
cheers
doing
to
too much.
Women's History Month.
Thought like a
It's
sugar
not
meal
as
is
sweet
like
as I
doing
like to be,
like the
probably
least.
a good thing. I don't really taste the tofu at all. So what is the difference between this and a normal protein shake? It tastes great, but it wouldn't be my preferred way of consuming a protein shake. I'd much rather daily beaver shake and popcorn into the pan. I don't have popcorn. I only have Doritos. Doritos also from corn. And we'll saute it for 1 to 2 minutes and slap this mess between 2 pieces of bread. It reminds me of cooking like a tortilla soup.
Okay, this looks
It's
like
also
a
from
sugar
corn,
meal
and we'll
right
saute
here.
a little bit brown
Wait,
inside.
what
We're
was
crushing
that?
with our bare hands, crushing popcorn into the pan. I don't have popcorn. I only have Doritos. Doritos also from corn, and we'll saute it for 1 to 2 minutes and slap this mess between 2 pieces of bread. It reminds me of cooking like a tortilla soup. Close it up. Sandwich always tastes better when it's diagonal. This is like a vegetarian sloppy joe.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass it like stock.
It actually tastes amazing, I'm not kidding. Something about that tallow seeping into the Dorito makes it taste 10 times richer. I thought it would be very singular because it's just white bread and chips, but everything together has a very complex flavor profile. I'm not only impressed, but I also suspect that whoever created this was not sober. Now, as usual, the first European recipe from old stale bread. Arrow of the day, yes. Oh yes, this already looks very German.
Rice?
Try this German
Oh, this
orzo
is from
applesauce pasta.
Germany.
I mean, it's definitely not good, but pasta and applesauce is not that bad either. I guess it reminds me of a rice pudding because of the orzo shape. Called for some sugar and syrup into this. I really don't think it needs any more, so we're just gonna keep it like that. Now all we need to do is just to cut in our hot dogs. You guys cannot comment on how good I am at handling glizzies. Once everything's heated through, it will be done. From previous episodes of Struggle Meals, we learned that putting curry powder in baked beans takes it to a whole nother level. Season it with a teaspoon of it. So it's pretty much just like butter chicken.
Beans and sausages.
Struggle Meals with hot dogs. What a classic.
Has anyone done this?
Just
This
takes me back
seems
to-
like something that would be a struggle meal.
High school.
But
After
it's
class,
from
I'll go home
Europe.
when I'm all alone. I'll do all sorts of things with hot dogs. It tastes amazing. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. This one's from Julian. It's called a German kraut. Sort of like a way to dress up your average
Beans and
sauerkraut.
weed.
First up, you're rending out bacon fat. We'll add in our chopped onions. Apples. I think every single German recipe we've done so far has some type of apples in it. Either applesauce or cut up apples. The apples are starting to caramelize a little bit. 1 whole bag of sauerkraut. Some bouillon powder, paprika, chicken stock. It looks like Christmas. Leave it to simmer for 30 minutes. Get all that flavor induced into the kraut. Serving the apple flavored sauerkraut directly on some dogs. Julian also told us to have it with baked potato. Bread from paprika from Australia. So you already let me know in the comments. The only normal
Australia.
ingredient, Parmesan cheese.
Rice,
Okay, not too much.
butter,
It's still a
and
struggle. I mean, I do like butter pasta. So I suppose this is just seasoned
Ooh, I
with
need to
Vegemite.
try that.
You know what this looks like?
Wait,
It's starting to
what's
look like
that
a soy.
brown thing?
Okay, not butter. And I only have Vegemite. I assume it's the same thing.
Vegemite.
Right? Let me know in the comments. The only normal
Has
ingredient.
anyone tried
Parmesan cheese.
Vegemite before?
Okay,
I heard
not
it's
too much.
really
It's still a
bad.
struggle. I mean, I do like butter pasta. So I suppose this is just seasoned with Vegemite. You know what this looks like? It's starting to look like a soy sauce fried rice. So exactly what I expected, butter pasta with a hint of Vegemite. Just so you know, personally, I really like Vegemite. Sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll spread some Vegemite on crackers. I guess I can live in Australia, but I assume
Well,
most
we're
of you
about to
won't enjoy
find
this, so
out
I'll give it a biased score
what
of
the
8 out of
struggle
10.
meals is.
It is a struggle meal, but
Asia.
more of like stir fry with little rock. I never thought I'd be
Let's
cooking it.
see.
The biggest problem that I foresee is finding these like perfect looking rots. I feel like a millennial. Beast, I mean, it's good, but it's like wet. When the fish taco is not fried. Natural stuff. Not in a good way. Everything's so fresh. I just quick easy dish for a lot of Indian households, starting with 1 large eggplant. Why did I say it like that? Because that's how this person typed it. Large, round, shiny, purple eggplant. I don't know what this person's hinting at. So to that, we're gonna poke a bunch of holes and stuff garlic inside the holes. When the eggplant looks like it's caught some type of bad infection, we can start roasting it. Open flame. Reminds me how I used to be friends with this girl from Qatar, and every time I go to her house to eat dinner, her dad would be roasting a huge eggplant to make baba ganoush. I wonder how they're doing now in the Middle East. Oh, that's
Master baker and stream where all those streams who don't know how to bake. I'm down. Am I able to stream it on Twitch? Dark Asia with Megan? What is that? What is that? Let's see. Asia with. Oh no, I don't think I haven't seen her. Oh wait, no, actually I think I've seen one video from her actually. Oh, that cutie Cinderella series. Oh, is it? I don't. Okay, let's see. Master Baker. Oh, it's with Cutie. Okay, I'm down to watch it. It's on YouTube. Perfect. We'll watch it. If it's on YouTube, we can watch it. She covers all true crime. Marisol, I'm gonna be real with you. The thing with true crime is I don't know if I can consume that much content on that because it just gets too much where like, you know that saying, ignorance is bliss? Sometimes it's just, yeah, I just don't like I said, if I consume too much of it, I get so scared of the world that I don't even want to leave the house. And even just, and then sometimes things happen in the house and it's just like, oh my gosh, there's just nowhere to be safe. Like they're just yeah. I don't want to say I enjoy, but like they are interesting to watch. It's just it gets too much where it's just like, oh no, like it just funny streamers. Oh, okay. I've never watched any of those. Ooh, I used to watch her. I used to watch her baking videos. I was in love with like baking. Even though my stuff didn't look as pretty as hers, but it was fun watching her like baking videos. I mean, Marisol, I don't mind doing it like maybe like 1 or 2 videos like here and there, but definitely I don't think my channel can be just all true crime because like, girl, it's just so heavy. No, yeah, I can't do my channel cannot be true crime. No, it's just it's just too much. Like it makes me like distrust humans. Yeah. Last time she did it, what happened? Going too deep down the rabbit hole was already enough for me. Yeah, honestly, Sock, like just reading what he did is just already like whew. But anyways, this is probably where I'm gonna be ending stream tonight. Gotta get in a few more steps. I need a little bit more steps, but this is probably where I'm gonna be ending it for tonight. Tomorrow I will not be able to stream just because I have my young adult service on Thursdays. Friday I have a meeting and I don't know how long it's gonna take, so I might not be able to stream on Friday either, so I might be back on Saturday. But if that is the case, then hey, that means next stream we're watching House of Feelings, because y'all know a new episode's coming out tomorrow, but because we won't be here, the next stream we'll be watching House of Feelings. Whoa. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you guys. So yeah, yesterday I couldn't come to stream yesterday because I was picking up tickets for my EDC. I went to go meet up with some people I messaged on Reddit. I was able to pick up one of the parking passes and then like one of the tickets for EDC. So, and I had to drive all the way up to LA, and there was traffic going there and back. So yeah, I did not get back in time to stream. But yeah, let me show you guys the box. Isn't it cute? It's so nice. Let me open it for y'all. Another one to add to my collection, I guess. Not that I was intentionally collecting it, but it just has built up. But where's the pop-up? Where is the pop-up? Oh, here it is. Isn't it cute? Wait, can you see? Let me just make sure that y'all can see. Oh, wait, you can't see. Look at this little pop-up over here. Isn't it nice? And then they give us like stickers and like things that you can I don't know. Patches or stuff like that. But every year they give us a big box like this. Little keychain, cute. And they have like the stickers and whatnot, a whole bunch of stickers. Whippy! And then they give us a little pamphlet, I guess. And this year, oh yeah, and of course they gave us like the headline for the year. And all are welcome here. Join now. This year they're having their first parade in Vegas, so even if you aren't going to EDC, this parade is gonna be free. So there'll be like DJs performing for free. So if you're in, you can still come to Vegas and still hang out and all that stuff. But yeah, it was quite a bit. It was a little stressful yesterday because like I had to like find a friend to come with me, so I didn't go alone just in case anything happened. I'm just joking, but yeah. But luckily everyone that I met for these tickets and stuff were actually very nice. So thank you God. It was good to see everyone. Yeah, fast tag, of course. How's the feelings on Saturday? Yes. Oh, good night, Sock. Can we be in your good night TikTok? Oh my gosh! Yeah, I should definitely do that. But the thing is, I'm using my phone as my webcam. So for next stream, for sure, Maui Wowie. Next stream, I'll use my other device as a webcam, and I can have you guys in my good night video with chat. So I'll definitely do that for next time. What happened here? We needed true Big Back mukbangers. Ooh, yes, Big Back mukbangers. Those are sugar meals, bro. Mine were like eggs with hot dog, sausage, and a piece of bread. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else. Did I get everyone's messages? When is there never traffic in LA for real? Yay, yeah, we still need to get 2 more tickets for EDC, but my friend Carol I think she might get the other 2, but it's in New York. Luckily she's going to New York next week, but like it's kind of pushing it really close, so I'm hoping everything all goes to plan. If not, then we're gonna be scramming the last week right before EDC, like the week of, to get tickets. So I really do hope she can get it. Golly, I think it's just a controlling freak inside of me where it's like, just go and like chat with other people and get the tickets now, so that way I can just be reassured and in peace that I have the tickets, we're good to go. But I just gotta trust her and just praying that she got it. It's supposed to be like one of her brother's friends, so I think he should be trusted. But anyways, can't believe it's almost May. For real, Marisol, time is just going by so fast. It's crazy. I swear, like, it just felt like it just turned April. But yeah, daisies. Yay. Honestly, so horrible. Work 12 miles away. Takes me 50. Oh my gosh, Maui Wowie. That commute sounds horrible. Move to Vegas, mostly my sports teams are there. Hey, and Vegas is getting a basketball team now that with that whole NBA extension. I definitely want to go to one of their NBA games for sure. I can say Thanksgiving to myself. They're just yes you can. Um Oh, good night, Somi and AJ, thanks for being here. Good night, everybody. Good night. Y'all have a great night. But of course, yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully Saturday. But yeah, good night. I'll see you guys. Good night. Wait, I forgot. I usually do a quick little reading. So if y'all gotta go, y'all can go, but I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get the Bible so I can do a quick little Bible verse for the night. And then I'll say goodnight to y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys are still here. I also have a question. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Oh my god, you guys are still here. But do y'all want to know what happened today with freaking Lucifer? Oh my gosh. Well, my freaking uncle left the door open. So he went to the backyard. And this guy goes and catches a lizard. And my mommy and I are looking for him because it's time for him to eat. And so then we're like, where is he? Where is he? And then like we go looking for him, and then we're like, oh my god, is he outside? Because my uncle freaking let him out. Anyways, he comes into the house with the lizard in his mouth, and I'm freaking out at this point because I'm like, I didn't realize that he had a lizard in his mouth until he came into the living room, and I was like, what is in your mouth? Because I saw a tail. And I literally screamed, and first I was one of those girls who was like squirming out and not really helping the situation. I clocked myself. I clocked myself doing that. And I was like, I can't believe I was literally one of those girls who was just like, yeah, I was like, no, I was like, Lucifer, please, let him go. Stop biting him. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, like, what do I do? What do I do? And my mommy's there too, and she's freaking out. And then like my uncle comes in, and I'm just like, what? Like, somebody, please get that lizard out of his mouth. No, I don't want to touch it. Like, no, I'm scared. So then I don't even know. My uncle picks him up, brings him towards like the backyard door, and I don't know what happened, but I guess like Lucifer let go, and now the lizard is somewhere in the house. And I'm just like, what the actual, like, what? Yeah, so we haven't found it. We haven't found it, and my poor baby, I lost my temper. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. So he got he got in big trouble with grandma. Grandma was not happy. She was very, very mad. And then she was mad at me. She started yelling at me. She's like, how are you not keeping an eye on I was like, your brother was the one who opened the door. So like, I thought he was like watching him. So she was getting mad at me. And then I was like, why are you getting mad at me? I literally was just sitting at my table, just minding my own business. So I was like, why are you getting mad at me? But I know in my head, I was like, I know she's getting mad. I know that she knows whose fault it is, but I think in the heat of the moment she started taking it out on me, which I saw that. So then I was like, oh, I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I know I know. Anyways, so Lucifer gets yelled at and get a spanking from grandma, and at that point I was also upset too, so he gets in trouble with me too, because I'm like, why are you over here biting some lizard when we literally feed you? You acting like we don't feed you. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like over here getting mad at him, and so he gets a spanking from me too. So, and then like probably like 10 minutes later, when everything's kind of like finally cooled down a little bit, I was thinking in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. Like, Lucifer probably he's just a cat. Like, he's just doing his thing. He doesn't even know any better. Like, he's probably confused of like, why am I getting in trouble? Like, what did I do? And so I felt so bad. I felt so bad that I yelled at him and that I spanked his booty. So I went over to him, and I think he was upset. No, he actually really was upset. I know he was upset. I think he was upset because he's like, oh my god, all these bigger ladies are just like punishing me, and I can't even do anything back to them because they're so big, right? So then I go up to him and I sit next to him, and I'm like, and I give him my arm, and he starts going off. He starts going off. He just starts biting up my arm. He starts scratching it. He starts kicking it. He starts like, and he just usually when he bites me, he's very gentle and he'll know when to stop. But no, I felt his anger, and I was like, yeah, okay, 'cause freaking hurts, but yeah, no, like, you did not deserve that. Like, mommy deserves this. Like, just go off. And he just popped off. Like, he just went ham on my hand. And ever since then, he's been so calm. And I think we have this kind of mutual, like, I don't know. Like, you was just here laying just earlier on stream. He was just so kind. And ever since that moment too, I've been like very gentle with him too. And he's been like, we're like back to just, yeah. But it was definitely a moment. I was like, oh my gosh. cannot believe he had a lizard in his mouth. I literally freaked out. Anyway, sorry. That's kind of the spiel. But yeah, he was probably just like, you know, doing his own cat things, and he's like, why am I getting in trouble? I don't understand. So, yeah, poor baby. He's just a baby indeed. He's like, I thought you were gonna be proud. I know. Oh man. And so then, yeah, grandma was also like, my mommy and I went on a walk earlier before stream, and I was like, you know, he probably was so confused. Like, I told her like the whole story, like saying like, oh yeah, he was mad. He literally like pounced on my hand, and he was just so mad. I've never seen him that mad before, and I literally felt him just literally actually going ham and actually biting down. He usually doesn't bite down, but he was biting deep down, and I was like, just do it. I get it. I know you're mad. Anyway, so then I told grandma, I was like, you know, he's just a cat. Like, he doesn't know any better. Like, he's just doing his things. Like, that's just what cats do. And like, she's like, yeah, you're right. And I'm just like, yeah, like, you shouldn't have gotten in trouble for that. And like, she's like, yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of the story of whatever. Anyways. But yeah, I'm kind of scared to kind of leave him out there tonight, because usually I let him at nighttime after he eats. I kind of let him just roam the house after he eats, and then he'll come into my room when he's ready to sleep next to me. So I think after I let him eat, I'm just gonna keep him in the room, because I know the lizard's still somewhere in the house, and I'm scared that he's gonna just do his things in the middle of the night, and the lizard, poor thing, just probably wants to go outside, but I have no idea where it's at. And so probably nighttime it's gonna probably try to like find its way outside, and I feel like if Lucifer's out there, that poor lizard's gonna I don't know. I think Lucifer might eat him, and I don't want him to eat him. It's just I can't. Anyways, one of my biggest fears when Lucifer brings home something. Anyways, midnight snack? No. Good thing I didn't hear a crunch. Good thing I didn't hear like he just had him in his mouth. Oh man. It was a morning. Crazy morning. Anyways, I think we're on chapter 4 for Ecclesiastes. So I'm just gonna finish up chapter 4 of Ecclesiastes, and then I'll end stream there. What if they were just playing with each other? That could be a possibility past that. That could. But I don't think the lizard was having fun. The poor lizard was just minding his own business, and then just boom, he just gets. Anyways. But I won't lie though, Lucifer did look kind of cute though. I mean, I will say at least it was. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it wasn't a rat or a lizard or a bird. I would have freaked out, and I would have probably brought him to the vet just to make sure, like, Anyways. But then again, lizard could carry something too. Anyways, that would have been bad. It would have been really bad. I would have freaked out even more, especially if it was a rat. Ugh. Birds, I'm kind of like, it's birds, like, seeing them outside, but like rats, I'm scared of rats. Like, I can't. Anyways. Oh yeah, if they escaped in the, oh gosh. Anyways. Okay, chapter 4. Oppression, toil, and friendliness. Again, I looked and saw all the oppression that was taking place under the sun. I saw the tears of the oppressed, and they have no comforter. Power was on the side of their oppressors, and they have no comforter. And I declared that the dead, who had already died, are happier than the living, who are still alive. But better than both is the one who has never been born. Damn. Who has not seen the evil that is done under the sun. Oh my gosh, that is literally that line where it says, but better than both is the one who has never been born, who has not seen the evil that is done under the sun. Literally after we've just literally watched the David case. and we, oh my gosh, yeah, some crazy evil things happen under the sun, huh? Oh my gosh, that's great. That's so funny how that pops up when we just finished watching all that. Okay, and I saw that all toil and all achievements spring from one person's envy of another. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Fools fold their hands and ruin themselves. Better one handful with tranquility than two handful with toil and chasing after the wind. Again I saw something meaningless under the sun. There was a man all alone. He had neither son nor brother. There was no end to his toil. Yet his eyes were not content with his wealth. For whom am I toiling, he asked, and why am I depriving myself of enjoyment? This too is meaningless, a miserable business. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up, but pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm, but how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Advancement is meaningless, but better a poor but wise youth than a old but foolish king who no longer knows how to heed a warning. The youth may have come from prison to the kingship, or he may have been born in poverty within his kingdom. I saw that all who lived and walked under the sun followed the youth and the king's successor. There was no end to all the people who were before them, but those who came later were not pleased with the successor. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Wow, they're teaching us a lesson, for real, for real. Yeah, and also that last kind of bit where it says, two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity on anyone who falls and has no one else to help them. Or if two lie down together, they can keep warm, but how can one keep warm? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is quickly not broken. It just talks about like community, of like, not to do things alone. And it's nice to just have like friends or just a community that you can kind of not depend on, but like rely on for whenever you fall. They can catch you and pick you back up, or to keep each other warm. So I'm really glad and grateful for this community, and really happy that we have each other. Yeah, which is really cool. Anyways, that is the chapter for tonight. I do hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for staying and listening to the little Bible reading. This is where I'm going to be saying goodnight to you guys. I'll see you guys on Saturday for House of Feelings. I'm excited for the new episode. So good night, Pass back. Thank you for still staying. Alberto, good night. Urges, good night, Alberto. Anyone else I'm missing? To all my silent viewers, the ones who aren't chatting, good night to you guys. Maui, good night to you. I don't know if Marisol's still here. Good night to her. I think AJ and Somi probably left already, but that's okay. They can keep lurking. That's okay, as long as they're having a good time. Um, good night to all my silent viewers. I hope you guys have a great night. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully Saturday. Goodbye. Have a great day tomorrow. See you. Goodbye.